All right, thanks for joining me tonight. Well, this is evening. This is just 11:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me. We have a lot of things to discuss tonight. All right, we are going to go straight to the point without wasting much of your time. Now, I want you to take a look at this. You see, this thing is from, the date here is 23rd January 2023. I want you to go and check my videos. 23rd of January 2023, something happened. And what could that be? The Islamic so they said that they want to establish the Sharia court in Yorubaland. And the headquarters of Yorubaland is Oyo State. That they are going to establish this court in Oyo State. And you know what it means to establish a Sharia court. That means they want to interpret Sharia laws in the states. So automatically, when Sharia court will be established in any state, it means that the state is ready to abide by the Sharia law. And now, Oyo State is the headquarters of Yorubaland. You know what that translates to? It means that the whole Yorubaland has been captured. Now, I want you to save this video and give it 1 year. Either in any state in the Southeast, this thing will be repeated in the Southeast. And when they will tell you that they are going to dip Quran into the ocean, you know, this is what they mean. Because the process of conquering territories, conquering lands, it begins like this. Now, what baffles me is that when I made a video on 23rd of January 2023, it's getting to about a year plus now, okay? About a year plus. When I made a video that they should give them 1 year, that they will establish this thing, that anything these people said, if you don't take time, they are going to do it. Now, I'm going to tell you the implications, what is going to happen, what it will lead to in this video. So we have a lot of time to discuss. Now, this is a published notice, okay? This is a published notice. Sharia Council, sorry, the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria, Oyo chapter, Afijo, Atiba, Oyo East, and Oyo West local government cordially invite. They are inviting people to their inauguration ceremony. Ceremony of what? Of Sharia court in Oyo town and its environs. Mark that statement. Of Sharia court in Oyo land and its environs. That is in its environment, not just in Oyo State. When they meet in its environment, they are talking about the Yorubaland. And when is it going to happen? The date, this thing is slated to take place on 11th of January 2025 by 10 a.m. in the morning. So, and these are the people they invited. Now, we are going to look into the implications of all these things as time goes on, because this thing have, you know, it started, you know, by rumor. It is coming to reality. So when these people wanted to have the Caliphate Republic before, we thought that maybe everything could end in the north. When they are talking about Sharia law, Sharia court, it is going to end in the north. That is just the mindset of everyone living in Nigeria. Everyone hear about Sharia law, your mind will go to the north. Hello, this is not just to the north. It is coming to your doorstep. And if you continue to play this ignorance you are playing, it is going to come to your doorstep and you are not going to do anything. Don't forget that some days ago that, you know, these people, the majority of the House of Representatives who are from the north, they came to make sure that they remove the clause personal from that Sharia law in Nigerian constitution. You know, it takes a lot of public outcry before they could just mendo it down. But let me tell you, the bill was not erased. The bill has not been eradicated. The bill has not been deleted from the House. The bill is still there, and they are still going to come to the bill. Definitely, they are still going to come to the bill. Now, how many of you remember this video?
East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State. I want to get his words. He said, personal matters that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. You know, is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen.
All right. The person who is talking to you don't need introduction, and a lot of you know him. He's a Yoruba man, a noble man, the former Navy commander, Professor Ndawumi. I think he's now an associate professor in Novena University, Ogume in Delta State. Now, this man, you must have seen the video. Maybe as time goes on, I'll replay the video for you. This man narrated everything that happened, everything that transpired. You know, when he was the Navy commander, when he was sharing intelligence with the SSS, the military intelligence, how they implicated people in government who are promoting Sharia. And this man came to the national television. He did not put water in his mouth when he was saying all these things. He said, this Sharia, what is it called, position, it is going to happen in Nigeria. There is nothing you can do about it. And for so many people who are hungry, they don't have time to think about that, okay? You understand? Because they are basic needs of humans. You know, it is level. In, what is it called? In psychology, we see the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you see the hierarchy of need, before someone will even think about what is going on in Nigeria, what is going on about law, they will first of all think of their stomach. You see people being stampeded, people dying because they are begging for food, they are craving for food. But this is just an orchestrated plan. They send their militias. They send their militias to the farm. Their militias are there in the farm. You can't go to farm. You can't do everything. They hijack the farmlands. They make sure that people will go hungry. When you are hungry, you will not have time to think what I am thinking. When you are hungry, you will not have time to talk. That is why a lot of Nigerians in diaspora, they what is going on. They talk more than we that are in Nigeria. Because we that are in Nigeria, there is hungry. We can't even talk. We are looking for what to eat. We can't go to our farm because our farm, there is already sage in the farm. Now, from Sokoto, from the north, the Sharia is coming down, is coming down, is coming down. And before you know, this thing will be in your doorstep. It's already in Oyo. And these people are very strategic, okay? These people are very strategic. Oyo is the headquarter of Yorubaland. Yeah. Oyo is the headquarter of Yorubaland. So when you see the banner, the invitation banner to say, okay, they said that they are going to establish it. It will resume in Oyo State on the 11th of January, and not only in Oyo State and its environs. Look at it. Inauguration ceremony of Sharia court in Oyo town and its environs. Date 11th January. It has been fixed. There is nothing you can do about this. There is nothing you can do. So, what is the essence of establishing a court? Let's start brainstorming now. For those of you who can reason, who can put on their thinking cap, that are not biased, what is the essence of a court? The essence of a court, first of all, court, you know, is a branch of judiciary. So, court is like a place where law is being interpreted. So they are establishing a place where Sharia law will be interpreted. So the interpretation of Sharia law is going to be taking place from there. Now tell me, there is a very dangerous move by this act, and I'm going to explain what that means to you. Every state that Sharia law is existing, A lot of people who are sending back, who have hotels, they will come, they will break the bottles of your beer because according to Sharia law, you are not supposed to do that. Am I against that? No. Absolutely, I'm not against that. But if you want to do it, you should have your own separate country where you can do that. The Qatar can do that in their country. You know, when you go to Saudi Arabia, they can do that in their country. The Nigerian, the people of Niger, they can do it in their country. But this amalgamation, you put people together who are not compatible. People cannot go to North and drink beer. Those states have Sharia law, but they say it is one Nigeria. When are we going to put on our thinking cap? I'm trying to tell you reasons why Nigeria should not be one. It's not everything they will come out to tell you. Sometimes reason by yourself. These are the reasons why Nigeria can never and should never be one. Every right-thinking human being should know this. Because when you are missing some chemicals that are not compatible, it will explode. If you miss some chemicals that are not compatible, it will explode. But when you miss some chemicals, let me say you miss two elements that are compatible, they will form a compound. They will form a compound. So maybe the compound could be useful. But this is incompatible, heterogeneous people in Nigeria. And there is no two ways about it. There is nothing you can do. And that is why I don't put water in my mouth when I'm saying that I support every self-determination, agitation of indigenous people to go in their separate ways. Oyo State is a Christian-dominated, state, as you know. Now, if we have ecclesia court, ecclesia law, can you have the guts to go and establish it in the north? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't go and establish ecclesia court in the north. They will not allow you to do that. So there is a problem already. This is a big problem. So I want us to talk together. I really want us to, to understand this deeply. So if you want to join me live, you can join me through the StreamYard link there. You can use it to join me and tell me what you think about this, because this is not what one person will continue to say. And don't forget that before now, I said this before, that this thing is going to happen. When they made mention that they are going to establish this court in Yorubaland, I said it is going to happen. That is a year ago. I said it here. It is going to happen. I said it without missing words, and now it's happening. So when I come here to tell you things, believe me, I do not just come out in front of camera to talk. Because if you study process, you study the past tense, what has happened before, you will use it to know what is going to happen. Yesterday is an experience. Today is an experiment. Tomorrow is an expectation. You must use your experience and your experiment to know what you're expecting. Let me tell you, mark this thing. From now to 2027, it will be in Imo State. Yes. That IDP camp they wanted to bring, people they wanted to bring there, they will say there are people who are supposed to practice Sharia law in Imo State, or let us have a court for them. Next time your brother will just steal foul, they will take it to Sharia court and they sentence him to death. Maybe they will just talk anything. They will take the person to court. They say it's a blasphemy. That is what they will do. It's a blasphemy. They will sentence you to death. Then you will begin to appeal. Nigerians, is this the life you want for yourself? Is it the life you want to live? So if this is not the life you want to live, it is important everyone should start protecting their territory. Agitation is not wrong. I personally, Okocha Happy myself, I encourage people that when you are not compatible in a place that you are, ask for your independence. Because we were not like that from the beginning. We were not like that from the beginning. Okay? If you can be there. You can go that day and understand what I'm saying. Okay, you can go that day. The date is let me repeat it, 11th January 2025. So this is about 3 weeks from now. And why is it that they are just announcing it, something that is coming 3 weeks from now? This is a very mighty thing to them. Yes, they are going to establish, they are going to inaugurate the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria, Oyo State chapter, Afijo, Atiba, Oyo East, and Oyo West. Local government, cordially invites you to the inauguration ceremony of Sharia court in Oyo town and its environment. The environment they are talking about, you see, Oyo State is the headquarters of Yorubaland, as you know, okay? So when they are talking about the environment of Oyo State, they are talking of Ogun State, Osun State, Ekiti, Lagos State, what is it called? All the states around them, all of them, they are the environs of Oyo State. Oyo State is the headquarters of Yorubaland. If you don't understand what I'm saying, start thinking now. Oyo State is the headquarters of Yorubaland. The headquarters of Yorubaland is Oyo State. So these people, this is strategy. They strategically just move it to Oyo State. I'm talking about Sharia law. Now, the first move these people had was, you see, when they were doing this in the House of Assembly, I was surprised. I say, how can these people have the guts? They know that Nigerians are going to react, right? They know that Nigerians are going to react anytime they come out in the House of Reps and say, let us make this law to be general. It's not personal any longer. So everyone will be subject to Sharia. Let's just remove the clause personal. They knew that Nigerians are going to react, but they don't care because they have majority in the House of Representatives. Yeah, they do. They have majority in the House of Representatives. So what are you going to do? If you see people who are agitating, you begin to kill them. You begin to cause them. You begin to castigate them. Okay? But here you are. The Sharia is coming to your doorstep. Now, there is a big problem here. The big problem is that the government complicity to this. The government complicity to this. It is very possible for these people to begin to fund a particular party, I don't want to mention it, that always try to breed this. It is very possible for them to continue to fund it. Now, when you consider all these things going on, you will realize that what so many people have been saying before about all these terrorist attacks and so on and so forth, what has been happening before, you know that this thing has been planned. It has been planned. Now, a time that was about 2 months ago, they said that the Nakurawa, the new group of terrorists that emerged in the north, that they want to start giving people 1 million. People that want to embrace Sharia, if you want to embrace everything they are doing, they will give you 1 million naira. I was just saying, Abba, wait to 1 million naira just for you to convert to Islam. So there is a very strong push at all points. And that is why the insecurity situation in Nigeria can never be fixed. It can never be fixed because if you are talking about the left, the right will be going. All these people, both, what is it called? Olawumi, both T.Y. Danjuma, everybody that have been talking about it has been right all day long. They have been right from time. All those things they have been saying, they are 100% correct. So the question now is, where are you going to start from? We are going to open our line very soon so that you call to tell us what you think about this WhatsApp call only. And not only that, also, if you want to come live to, talk with us about your feelings, your experience, and what you think about this, because this is going to as time goes on, it is going to subject people who never wish to do things that is likely to be Sharia. It will subject them to it. Just imagine if you're in the northern part of the country, you can't drink beer, especially in a state that has it. You can't sell it. So already, there is already a problem, a big problem for that matter. So let me know what you think. This is a very bad thing that we must try to fight against. Now, I want to explain this video for you. You must have seen this video before, but just listen to it. I want to explain something for you in this video.
Taraba is a mini state. It's a mini Nigeria composed of various ethnic groups living together reasonably peacefully. But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. The ethnic cleansing must stop in Taraba State. It must stop in all the states of Nigeria. Otherwise, Somalia will be a child's play.
As you know, that was T.Y. Danjuma. There is something I want to explain in the video. Now, when you hear ethnic cleansing, what comes to your mind? I want to know. When you hear ethnic cleansing, what comes to your mind? Ethnic cleansing is just when you have a heterogeneous ethnicity or a heterogeneous people living in a particular area, okay? When you have a heterogeneous people, when I mean heterogeneous people, people that are not one, like you have Yoruba, Hausas, the Jew, the Christian, Muslim, you have them in one place. So ethnic cleansing has to do with maybe the people who are the Jews, we just come and said, we don't need Christians, we don't need Muslims here, we don't need all these people here. So what we are going to do from now onward is to make sure that we begin to kill people who don't buy into our own ideology. That is ethnic cleansing. They begin to make sure that people will be out of the place. They begin to make sure that nobody will be there. That is ethnic cleansing. They will just do it. So this man is telling you that this is ethnic cleansing. Now, if they don't allow you to live your own lifestyle in the northern part of the country, they don't allow you to live the kind of life you wish to live, because there is no freedom to practice your own religion, because there is a Sharia in that state. So once there is Sharia in that state, you are no longer member of that state unless you want to come under the law. So there are some things you can't do. You can do it in your state, but you can't do it there because that state is already under Sharia. Now, if you leave it in the north, I think people will complain. They will not complain much because, okay, they will say, it is your life. You can even go to your own country. You can go to your region. Nobody cares. But bringing it to people is very dangerous. And that is what is happening that I want us to look into. It's very dangerous, okay? It's very dangerous. Let me know what you think. All right. Let's bring people to the screen, people who are coming in over here. And within next 5 minutes, let's start receiving course, our line will be open then. All right, we have a guest in the house here. Please, if you join us, you tell us what you think about what is going on here. Let me unmute you. You tell us your name and where you are joining us from. Okay. All right. I don't know what happened. He's out of there. So let us receive contacts from WhatsApp until he joins again. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, Okocha.
Good evening. This is morning. This is just 12 o'clock midnight, Nigerian time. Good morning over here.
Yes, good evening. Good evening from here. I'm calling from the UK because it's still 11 o'clock here.
All right, sir. May we know your name?
My name is Peter Okocha.
Peter Okocha. But you are not my but you are not my brother.
No, my name is Peter. Peter.
Okay, your name is Peter. I thought you said Peter Okocha. All right. Thanks for joining us.
My name is Peter. I sent you some videos, through WhatsApp. That's me sending you those videos. I even sent one today about the police in UK. What the some traffic warning issue. I was thinking you look at it and see, the discipline, the difference. So you can use that as an example as well sometimes.
All right. I will check it out. All right. What do you think about this current situation? You must have heard about what is about to happen in Oyo State on the 11th day of January 2025, about 3 weeks from now, that the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria are about to inaugurate the Sharia court in Oyo town and its environment. What is your take on that?
I just saw you now. It was your channel that I saw it, Okocha. Okocha, we are in trouble. The country is in trouble, big trouble. The problem now we are facing, one big thing now, one fear I'm having is the youth. Our youth are blind. Our youth are not focusing. This YouTube, Facebook, all these their channels. If you go to all these channels, you see what these youth are doing is different entirely from what is happening in the country. So everybody, so I don't know, because the only way these things can be, you see somebody like you now, like what you are doing now. We have people in that country that have a lot of fans in their channels. But instead of using that channel to do the right thing, to alert people of what is happening, because the youth, they don't know what is happening. They don't know. Everybody, they are pursuing money in Facebook, how to get fans, how to make money. But they don't know that what is coming to the doorstep. Because like what you are saying now, this or you now, when the Sharia come now, okay, those people who go to club, who go to beer parlor, what will happen to them?
At first, it is going to be a clash of interest, because the Muslims who are there in Oyo State, we try to tell you that we are Sharia people, we believe in Sharia code. Sometimes, if you do something, because once you have Sharia code, you have Sharia police, which is the Hizbah. So there will be Hizbah in Yorubaland who will be enforcing that. And so maybe they see you are selling beer and you are not supposed to sell beer. The Yorubaland, though, they will take you to Sharia court and they can sentence you.
Then a Yoruba man now, who is not a Muslim now, what will be his fate?
Their fate will be hanging now. What of Hausa people? Okay. Hausa people who were Christians before. They are no longer.
So this is the Islamization now we are talking about. The Islamization is going everywhere now.
But the problem I'm having with a lot of people is that, you see, I was talking about the hierarchy of need. A lot of people are too hungry. You must have seen the news or hear the news of people who are dying where they were sharing rice. It happens in Oyo State. It happens in Abuja. It happens in Anambra. I have not confirmed the one they sent to me that happened in the northern part of the country. So what I'm trying to say is that there is a hierarchy of need. These people, their plan is too strong in the sense that in the farms, our rural area, our rural inhabitants, they can no longer go to their farm because of insecurity. So there is hunger in the land that will make people not to think about what is going on. You understand the strategy?
Yes, and these are the people who is causing this hunger. Is them, they are the one causing this hunger. Because at the end of the day, people will run to them to feed them, hand to mouth, like they are doing in North.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where they will use now to convert a lot of people as well to join them.
Mm-hmm. That is it.
So at the end of Okosha, the country need to be divided. Let everybody know its fate now. Let everybody start waking up.
But when you talk, when you talk about
Nigeria,
division,
one Nigeria,
when you talk about division,
make any sense.
Yeah, when you talk about division, people always think of enmity. Let's not think of enmity. They will tell you that
there is no enmity in division. There is no enmity. This is one thing people don't know about. Yeah,
they will tell you they have mansion in Lagos.
We are UK here. Yeah. People in Ireland, they live in the UK. They have houses here. You understand? It is if they divide that country, if you are living in Diodudua as an Igbo man, all you have to do is to follow their own way, follow their rules. Yeah, you get their paper to live there. Then you follow the rules. Of if you don't like it, then come back to your side. This is how it is. There's no fight in it. We all can be neighbors and we can live anywhere we want to live. That doesn't mean if the country divide, you that live in North, your house is there, yeah, you've lost it. No, that is not the way it works. You can live anywhere, provided you have the paper to live there. They give you like stamp a document for you that you are living in that place. This is how it is. There will be no problem, but people always think about that. What about this marriage? What about that marriage? You understand? In UK here, Manchester where I live, a lot of people, in fact, you know how it is. People live everywhere they want to live. Those in Ireland are living here. The UKs are living in Ireland. Those in Scotland are living here. I can move today and go and stay in Scotland. But when I get there, then I have to follow, their own rule there, because they have they have different small, different rules. You understand? Like there now, like in Scotland now, you can go to their university, they are free. If you are a citizen there.
Okay.
You understand? That's how these things work. They have some leeways. So a lot of people will be there saying that they enjoy it there. Why, some cases, they will not like it that way. There are some different things. So that doesn't mean people cannot live where they want to live. But if they share the country, then everybody can, look after his own place.
Now let me ask you the last
border.
Yeah, and let me ask you the last question. Now, what about if people are unable to resist what is going on right now, and it happens that this Sharia takes over the Yorubaland properly, and it comes to the southeast again and takes over the southeast? What are you going to do?
No, there will be war. This is what I just have to say, because people are quiet now, but there are people who still don't want this thing to happen. You understand? The resistance will come. The resistance, the problem now is even they know. This is why they are trying to silence Biafra movement.
Yeah.
Because Biafra is the only movement that is against them. But it's so unfortunate that, those our Biafran politicians, are because of money, they are selling the people out.
All right.
Because of position.
All right.
You understand? But Biafra is the only people now that is defending, that, that we can defend this thing now.
It's all right.
Then, because if Biafra stand, then Yoruba will follow.
It's all right.
Because right now, Oh no, because okay, look, because the Yorubas, a lot of them as well are Muslim. So this is why they are having this problem more, and this is why they are still going through them to conquer the rest. But it's high time they stand up now, these Yoruba people as well, to see that they are using them.
All right, it's all right. We have exhausted your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Okosha. Thank you very so much. Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's have another caller. Hello. Hello, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Hello?
Can you tune down the volume of your TV set there so that we can hear from you well?
Let me try to get this thing down. Can you hear me now very well?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thanks for joining us.
My name is John.
Good morning, sir.
My name is John.
Mr. John.
Good morning, man. John Papi.
Oh, okay, John Papi. Yeah, you called the other day. Thanks for joining us today again.
Yeah, thank you. I have been joining all that while, but I've been listening to the whole thing. Now I want to contribute a little bit on what you're talking about.
All right, sir. Go on.
Mr. Kocha.
Sir.
I know how this Sharia operates. Having been born in the north until I was 12 years before I left for Saple.
Okay.
You see what they do. If an Igbo man commits, or Yoruba man that is not a Muslim commits anything, if you steal with the right hand, they go there, they cut your hand. Then if there's anything that's in their law that stipulates that you are going to die, they kill the person. By throwing stones on the person, they kill the person. But that's not what I want to say. The main thing I want to tell you now is like what I saw now, that you said that they published that on 11 January, that they will bring Sharia to.
They will inaugurate it. They have already brought it. It's already there. They will inaugurate it.
Okay, they will inaugurate it.
Yeah.
Now listen to me very well. The Lakarawa that you are seeing now, you know, they boasted that the place they are coming is Imo. If you haven't heard, so they will from this Oyo now start spreading, because this Lakarawa people, if you see how the Oyo people, Muslims tie their head.
Okay,
they tie their hair. They tie their hair. This the way the Oyo Muslims tie their hair. That is how the Muslims that are fighting now tie their hair.
Okay.
That is their head. They wrap their head. Now listen very well. If they have come, if they inaugurate that place now, they will give them a place. But I am telling you the truth. What happened in the north, where they are killing houses, that is how they will start killing the Oyo people. That is what they do. Whether Sharia or no Sharia, after all, the Northerners are practicing Sharia. The Kanu people are practicing Sharia. It is Kanu people, Hausa people are practicing Sharia. It is the Hausa people I know very well. Fulani people, the Fulani that we know before, are the Fulani that take cow into the bush, move from town to town, and then their women sell fura de nono to us. The fura de nono is milk and one thing made of millet that they call fura. So the truth is that when they enter, as they've come now to Oyo, they will start spreading. They will start spreading. And they will spread because they will give them money. People who are really propagating it will give them money. So they will move to many places and then take that money and give to the young ones that are there. And see when they came in, Lakarawa came in Sokoto, they started giving the boys 1 million naira.
Yeah, 1 million naira if you want to convert to Muslim and accept their teaching, 1 million. Yeah, I'm aware.
That 1 million naira to the youth is a big money. They will attract them with it. They will go smoking and doing all this, moving, dashing the money to girls behaving uncomely to many things. So what I'm talking about is that if they come there now, they will start killing those people that are there, the Muslims that are there, who don't believe in their own. They want to buy them over. And if they don't believe, they start fighting them like they are fighting them in Sokoto, in Katsina, in other places. That is how it is. And now, when you see it from there, they will start spreading. They will spread to Ogun State, to Ondo State, to Ekiti State, to Lagos State. Then from that Lagos State now, they will now start moving to Edo State. From Edo, they will be moving in the forest. They will use Edo forest to move. They will move from Ondo to Edo. From Ondo, you can connect Edo.
Are you planning it with them?
No, Mr. Kocha, that is how they are going. You will remember me. That is how they will go, because they don't go by land. The time they came by land was that time of when there was a shutdown all over the world because of COVID.
Corona, yeah.
That was when they used Dangote's lorries to come to the east, to come to Lagos. They came everywhere. They're in Lagos, they're everywhere. But they can't operate well in Lagos. Now, they can't. The only place they can operate, they want to operate very, very well, is Imo, where they have their own representative there. That is the governor. Because the governor will shield them. So they will try to penetrate. When they come through that place, they will come into, as they vow that they are coming to Imo. They didn't talk of Anambra. They didn't talk of Anambra. They didn't talk of any other or Igbo state. They specifically said Imo, because they have a rep from number 4 to number 1.
All right.
That became governor. That is their rep.
All right.
And that is why he wants to get that building where they will be keeping them. From there, they will start spreading.
All right.
But I bet you, they will never have a hold on us.
It's all right,
Our
sir.
boys will decimate them.
It's all right, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have exhausted your time.
Thank you so much. What I told you last time, have you relayed it? Somebody was telling me from Lagos that he's suspecting that I was the one.
Yeah.
So
I've posted the video.
I did not see it.
All right. You can check it out.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, enjoy your night.
All right,
if you are there.
All right, sir. All right, sir. So let's have another caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are joining us from.
Good morning, Mr. Coach. I'm using that.
Are you there? Please tell us your name and where you are calling from.
My name is Izun. I'm calling from Denmark.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Izunam.
Thank you, my brother. You are doing a wonderful job.
All right, sir.
I wish you can have two or more people like you. But it's like you are now doing the job of the main what do you call them? Main media streaming in the country, and nobody is doing it at all.
You think so?
The problem is this.
All right, right on. We can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, based on what you just showed on the news. You see, my problem with Nigeria is this. My people, they said na okwa na sonya. They means in English. And any case, we are looking at people's face when judging it. It doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't end. Everybody knows the power of the country. There was this man you normally show on your program, Mr. One ex retired naval officer.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. The man have said everything openly. There was another man, the one they killed a Southern Kaduna, Malafia or something like that, over there.
Yeah.
The man made his own revelations. What else are they still waiting for? Every day you hear this toothless bunch of never do well in the House of Senate and House of Assembly, making noise. Whereas they know their members who are there, who are the sponsors. Why are we fooling ourselves? During Buhari's tenure, Qatar or Dubai, they sent in a number of names of those who are sponsoring the terrorism in Nigeria. Was any of them brought to book?
No.
Did the news make any heavy movement? No. They just put it on under the cupboard. So why do we come in fooling ourselves? Shetima, if Nigeria is a safe country, Kashim Shetima should be in prison by now. But he's there as vice president. Somebody who is dying and whining with the terrorists. Likewise, he's the predecessor, what they call him, Amudu Sharif. These people are well-known terrorists. Look at how they reward them with juicy positions. Okay, look at the former army chief of staff, or Buratai, or what they call him. After all, he was arrested during Jonathan's regime because he has connection with Boko Haram. When Buhari came, Buhari brought him back. And what they do, instead of bringing him to book, he was awarded with ambassador job in Cotonou or Benin Republic. So in a system whereby we cannot call a spade, how do we get things right? It's only a fool that will keep doing one thing over and over again, and we are getting a different result.
Absolutely.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If Nigeria is a small country, Buhari should be, though Buhari is dead, that's an impostor. Buhari should be in prison by now. A lot of people give clear evidence how Buhari and his group
Buhari is alive for.
Okay. How him and his colleagues brought in herdsmen, Fulani killers, all the way from neighboring countries to come and kill her. And Buhari said openly, he said, if I lose this election, the monkeys and baboons will swoop in blood. And he meant it. So the Senator Nnamdi said it in the House of Senate with someone else from the north, but not all these colonels. How Buhari imported these terrorists from neighboring foreign terrorists or other countries? It was there in his place. And after, when he won the election, he abandoned them. Now they are doing as they want, and he couldn't do anything. What else do we want? What else do we expect you to get? We have heard the problem, we know who are causing the problem, but because they are the helm of their faith, we can't do anything. So what do we expect? Look at Sheikh Gumi, who is their whatever. If he's in the same country, he should be arrested. Okay, with all these things that are going on, have you ever heard their chief, what they call him, Salam Sokoto, one day to condemn all these atrocities? Because these are their boys. They are the ones paying them. They are the ones telling them what to do. They are backing them. They have all the power, they back us. How do you know how they sell AK-47? How can you kill any man with that is really all about inside the bush? I saw the AK-47.
It's all right.
With all the bullets.
It's all right.
We know the reality, but we fail to challenge it. Especially those we trusted our authority. Look at all the senators, what they are doing in the House of Assembly. They are all there for their pockets, nothing more. Especially the Eastern one, the so-called ones from the East. They're only there for their pockets. They're even the one that we invite and to come and kill their own brothers and sisters because they are trying to do what you fail to do as their leader. But a very big mess. A very big mess. But until we start calling the spade, they are crying because of what their bad luck said. Tell me what all she said was anyone wrong lie.
No,
you see, I have a lot of Nigerians. They hate truth. Once you say the truth, they'll come after you.
That is the problem.
That's the problem with them. Once you say the truth, they'll come after you.
All right.
But I'm waiting for them. If we all that are in diaspora can organize ourselves and wait for them, any country in Europe will see them, or in America, we will hold them responsible. I think that would be the beginning of their own fear. Because this is where they're coming to spend all the money. After messing up the country, they'll come here to have their leisure.
It's all right. It's all right.
Thank you, my brother. You are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Living in that vicinity, you doing what you are doing. It's not easy. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks and God bless.
You too.
All right. Okay, let's have another caller. Hello. Yeah, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from.
Okay, my name is Osita, and I'm calling from the United States.
Mr. Osita from US. Thanks for joining us. Talk to us.
Yeah. Anyway, thank God for your life and thank God for the good work that you've been doing.
Thank you, sir.
This is my first time of calling in, but I must confess that you've really touched the life of many. And don't stop the good work you've been doing.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Reading from the caption that I'm saying, they said Sharia court approves for Yorubaland. Igbo next. That Igbo next is going to be a very long journey for them because it's never going to happen. They are going to.
You think so?
Try it. They are going to try it, but it's never going to happen. They are going to try it. It's not going to happen. The reason I am saying this is that Hope Uzodinma has how many years to go right now? After Hope,
4 years.
What next? Yes, after Hope, what next? Because what you are going to see concerning Hope is the same thing you are seeing about with what is happening in Rivers State. What happened to Wike in Rivers State? When you rule with iron hand as a tyrant, to you will think you will have a successor who is going to cover a lot of things for you. No, I'm not saying that you will have a successor who will do the will of the people, but that person will come against your agenda. I was discussing with somebody some few days ago, and they said, "Oh, then what about in Kogi State, whereby Yaya Bello put somebody and the person is really loyal to Yaya Bello?" I said, because Yaya Bello did not rule as a tyrant; he didn't rule with an iron fist. Go and look at it very well. The difference between Fubara and that little man that Yaya Bello brought in there. Even as dull as that guy is, Yaya Bello allowed him to talk to people. Fubara did not speak to anybody for 1 minute. And that is the same thing that Hope Uzodinma will do, because Hope was somebody, even while they were doing their local government election, from a very reliable source who is also a politician, that is my younger cousin. The guy said, what he addressed them, he said, "Oh, that he doesn't want these people, he doesn't want, he doesn't want people to, that what he wants is a consensus candidate, whereby he doesn't want people to come and start fighting and killing themselves because of local government election."
Okay.
And therefore, what he wants is a consensus candidate. So you will know the kind of tyranny that is going through under his watch. Even one of his biggest allies, his supporter, his childhood friend, you saw the way the guy was messed up by him as well because of some certain things that has to do with lands in Owerri, in Imo State. So with that, you will never have a successor. You cannot bring in somebody who will be totally loyal to.
All right. If he doesn't come through Imo State, don't you think it could come from other states?
See, it's going to be different. I mean, it's going to be difficult. Let me tell you why. You see, it came into Oyo State. When you look at the southwest of Nigeria, from what they tell us, from their statistics, 55% of the southwest, they are Muslims.
Okay.
And it keeps going on like that because we take Lagos for example. How many Christians has ruled Lagos?
I don't know.
It is the only two Christians is Sir Michael Otedola. How long did he rule? He didn't rule for even up to a year.
Mm.
The next person is who? Ambody. He only did one tenor.
Mm.
So when you go and look at all these fashola them, you will find out that they are Christians. But they have to turn into Muslims for them to elevate their political career.
Mm.
That is what you are saying, especially in the southwest Yorubaland.
Mm.
So before they did that thing they did in Oyo State, they believe that conquered the Yorubas. If you look at the monstrous Southwesterners and the monstrous whole northern agenda, you will find that the relationship they have, the Yorubas that gives Yorubas bad name, they are not bad people, they are good people. But the Yorubas that give Yorubas bad name are always the ones that are Muslims. They look at themselves and the northerners being on the same path. So they use that religion to make sure they can conquer the southwest of Nigeria. Because of their population is so minute. It's not even compared to being minute in the southeast. That is the reason that their Islamatization agenda is not really working.
And coupled with a strong Biafra agitation.
Yes. So that is the reason why they now try to make sure that somebody who didn't even come second, third in an election was a person, because they have a compromise on him who becomes a decision so that he can give them a soft landing. Even as at that soft landing, one of the biggest problems Hope is having in that place is in Imo State is how to bring a community of northerners into the state. That is the problem that he has encountered.
All right.
So even a lot of people, sorry for the last lesson, even the people who
I will ask you one question before you leave anyway.
Okay. Even the people who are his followers, I had the opportunity of speaking to some of them one-on-one who are my friends. Whenever I travel, they will tell you that, we like him as a person, but some of his agenda, and I'll ask them which is agenda. He will tell you that, it is the leverage he wants to give to the northerners in Igbo land that they are not good with. You will find out that after him, the people who has been there as northerners in those eastern states, they will start having problem. That is exactly what is going to happen.
All right. The governor of your state, His Excellency Makinde, saying, is he a Muslim?
He is not a Muslim. He's a Christian. But the truth is that he bows to the wishes, because he himself, the problem he has is that he is so blinded. He is so blinded with Arawani. He's so blinded with it's a Yoruba affair. Then when you are so blinded with that, and you are a politician, who is the person you are rolling with? He is rolling. Everybody knows that he's in PDP, but he's not in PDP. Yeah, he's just a stooge in PDP. He is rolling with the APC.
G5.
And who? Yes. So and who is APC? That is Tinubu. That's the person that is APC right now. So we know all those things. So at the end of the day, this is an issue that didn't start today. It started with the caliphate. What they wanted to do in Nigeria. They feel that Nigeria is a no man's land, that they can come from Upper Volta, what they call it,
Africa.
Yes, Upper Volta, the Volta-Jalon Highland. They feel they can come from the Volta-Jalon Highland and make Nigeria their caliphate. It's not just Sokoto they want as caliphate. They want Nigeria as caliphate. But the truth is that the Christians in Nigeria has not been able to allow it. That thing that you're seeing in Ibadan, it will have a resistance. It's just a question of time. I am promising you, it will have resistance. By the time they make their first move, you will see the resistance. Trust me.
Are you sure?
I am telling you the gospel truth. If
all right, there is this man.
Yeah.
There is this man who is an Yoruba man, former Navy commander. You must have listened to his videos. Almost every year, he's coming to national television to talk about his experience when he was a naval commander. So, Ondawumi, Mr. Ondawumi, Commander Ondawumi, something like that. He's now associate professor in University of Ogume, Kwale State in Delta State, sorry. So this man talked about the Islamization of agenda, and this man took a bet on Chinese television, national television for that matter. He said there is nothing anyone can do, that with the information at his disposal when he was the head of military intelligence in Nigeria, that Nigeria must be Islamized. Later we'll play the video. So this is someone who was the head of Nigeria military intelligence coming to tell you that, look at, you on that plane, is going to happen. So with that such caliber of man saying that, and after that, he was declared wanted, they wanted to arrest him. But when they noticed that this man was right and he will expose more, they leave him alone. They did not arrest him again. And since that 2021, even this year, last 2 months, he was on Chinese television saying the same thing. When the House of Rep members were trying to pass that removing of clause personal from that Sharia law, he still came to Chinese television and still repeat what he said in 2021, that we should watch out, that everything is going to play before our very own eyes. So what I'm saying is, are you sure that people can resist it?
Yeah, like what you said, an agenda is usually a plan or a dream. But after you have that agenda, that dream, desire, the thing that comes next is the implementation, which is winning. It is not just planning, it's all about winning.
Okay.
It's too big. So I appreciate his even with the other man from the Middle Belt that died that time, that was murdered, seriously murdered. They all said all these things, and we know what they are doing, but it's not as if we are quiet. We are just cautious of the things that we do.
Please, what do we do now? Because
we
are not going to keep watching like this and things will just be going wrong.
I preach this thing in whichever platform I am talking. I have discussion. We'll have to look beyond ethnicity in order to defeat these criminals, these monsters.
Okay.
People used to think that what is happening right now is being orchestrated by the locals. It's not. It has an international.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
If you watch yesterday for the very first time, as at yesterday or within the week, that was when we learned that Saudi Arabia said they are bringing in their military warhead to the Sahel, which is in Burkina Faso, to help to defeat the Boko Haram effect, all those things around that.
Okay.
It's a gradual thing. They are coming in, and what will Saudi Arabia give to you at the end of the day? It's Islam.
All right, sir. We have exhausted your time, but let me ask you this last question.
Yeah.
2 days ago, Nnamdi captured the head of ISIS.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I don't have a problem that there is an insecurity situation in a country. We can join hands together and fight it. But I have a problem that the government is sponsoring insecurity. That is where I have a problem. a big problem for that matter. And anybody on the media space of Nigeria is aware of what I'm saying. Commissioner of Police Zamfara State made us to know in a press interview that House of Rep members of Assembly members are bandits. The incumbent governor of Zamfara State came and said Tinubu, Minister of Defense State, Bello Matawande, is sponsoring bandits. He's a member. He said he's a bandit. He said this on the national television, TVC, and also he said it on the channel's television. And coupled with the whole information we have, when DSS declared under Goodluck Jonathan, if I'm not mistaken, declared, I'm forgetting his name, group of Boko Haram members who were bombing churches. They were searching for them. They met them in Shetima's house. He was harboring them. Someone who handed over to Shetima, Ademodu Sherisi, working freely. Fadana, senior advocate of Nigeria, challenged him that he formed Boko Haram. He gave Boko Haram member Commissioner of Religious Affairs so that they will carry out their own agenda. So when government is sponsoring insecurity, that is why I have the problem. Guys, you can see Monday.
Okay, now, okay. Like what,
all right,
like what, everything you said,
yeah,
is actually the truth. But the thing that the problem about Africa, which Nigeria is a whole part of it, is that we most of the times we think in Africa that we could just tackle a problem without getting to the roots. You should be able to locate what was the issue or what brought us to this particular point.
Okay.
If you don't get to that particular point, you are not going to make any headway.
Okay.
Number one, in Mali, like you said, the guy was caught. But in Nigeria, they are the ones even talking to government officials in Nigeria. The whole government officials knows all of them.
Yeah. And they even promised them that they can become president. They put them into the army.
Yeah. Because if you want to, if I come and say some nasty things and some truth about Tinubu now, the DSF will locate the person immediately. But people, they brandish their guns, their whatever, the money they collect from ransom, but DSS cannot locate them.
Okay.
So the reason we have that problem is that why I said is you have to get to the root where it all started from. Number one, are we one nation? We are not.
We are not.
Number two, do you have a working constitution? No, we don't.
We don't. Because
Nigeria operates in two constitutions, one for the north and one for the rest of the Nigerians. There are things you can do in the southern part of Nigeria. You will not go away with it, but if they do it in the north, they go away with it. So the thing there is that we refused the only viable means of which we've been one country, which is parliamentary system of government whereby the regions will govern themselves. So had it been the regions that are governing themselves, whereby you will say, oh, you're in the south. If you want to succeed. Me in the north, I want to succeed. You make your decision because then your own destiny is in your hands.
Yeah, but you know it's not possible. You know they have tried it countless times. Even this year, the bill was in the house. They killed it. And yes, let me tell you where the regional government died. It died at Aburi. Every now and then when I listen to Ojukwu talks about the agreement they had in Aburi, I took time to read that Aburi Accord. It was supposed to be like what we make Nigeria to be one of the best countries in the world. Because there will be competition of ideas, competition of development, where each region will control their resources and pay tax to the central government. Each region will have their own security system, as in everything. Hadn't been, Kogowon implemented the Aburi Accord, will not be here. The question is, why did he not implement it? That is the reason why we cannot have regional government. Sir?
Let me tell you the reason he couldn't implement it, because number one, he doesn't even understand what's the meaning of what they talked about. Ask me why I said so. Even if you look at the Bible, the followers of Jesus Christ, the ones that was with Jesus Christ, that ate with him, that did everything. If you look at the number of books that they wrote, compared to Paul, who did not see Jesus Christ physically, why was he the one that wrote most of the books in the Bible? Did you ask yourself that question? Have you asked yourself that question?
Maybe until
if you look at his introduction, was well educated. If you look at his introduction, who he is well educated. He's a lawyer. Then you expect somebody who did not go to school, who did not understand anything, as at that time, even till now, Gowon is an illiterate. So it was easy for those ones that are more lettered than him. The then Oba of Benin, it was written that he was the one that told him, you just gave them everything. You just gave him everything he wanted. That is the reason Gowon did not understand what was written in that accord. The people that went to school, I mean, the people that were more intelligent than him was able to convince him and say, oh, you just give them everything. You don't know what you're doing. That was the reason he was easily convinced. Because Ojukwu did not say you are not going to be the president of Nigeria. That was not what Ojukwu said.
Yeah.
That was not what was binding. But let the regions govern themselves. And if you look at it, why I made mention of the parliamentary system of government, in the case of Nigeria, because Nigeria is supposed to be like the United Kingdom, whereby the kingdoms, they merge together to form that United Kingdom. That was exactly because if you go to Scotland today, Scotland has their own currency.
Yeah, and law.
They have their constitution.
Yeah.
They have their law. If you go to Northern Ireland, they did the same thing. And if you come to England, it's still the same thing.
Even Wales.
I mean, in Wales too, the same thing. That was what Nigeria will have been. But because of, we keep putting illiterates. It's only in Nigeria that illiterates become the leader of someone who is well lettered. Then how do you think that person that is well lettered, how do you think, what do you think he will have in his mind? What he will have in his mind is that I will still show this man that I am more lettered than him. I will misguide him. And that is exactly what we saw. So when we abandoned it, we don't expect anything good to happen until you weaken the center. They abandoned it. They took American presidential system of government, which is not even working. Because at the end of the day, America is still like a parliamentary system of government whereby the states, they control everything they have.
Everything they have.
Yeah. They have their flags. They have their constitution.
Yeah.
It is still somehow parliamentary system of government. Anyhow they see it, they say it's presidential system.
It's all right. It's all right, my brother. I really thank you very much for your wonderful analysis.
All right. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, let's have another caller. Hello, please, can you tune down your volume there so that we can hear from you? Please, if you call, kindly tune down the volume of your YouTube so that we can hear from you. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Oh my God. Please, if you call, you should not listen to the YouTube because maybe you are backward. So if you call, just tune in and off your YouTube and listen to our conversation, okay? Please. All right. Stay with me. Hello? Hello, talk to us. We can hear you. Don't listen to your YouTube, okay? Are you there?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, don't listen to your YouTube. Listen to us, just off it.
Okay, I'll say, just give me 1 second here. Let me...
All right.
This is right on my smart TV. So anyway, thank you very much for taking my call. Appreciate it.
All right. Good morning, sir. Please send us your name and where you are calling from.
Yes, my name is Sowore Wachi, Anunachi Nnamdi, and I am calling from the United States of America. I'm originally from United States of Biafra, so I'm Wafibo. So, and I love what you do, your analysis and, how calm you are about it, and your diligence and your research. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I used to be the member, what they call them, the senior person of the IPOBs in the state here, Washington State. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, during the Nnamdi Kanu's time, even though you guys don't see us on YouTube, we're in the background. Some of us like to be in the background and also support our cause. It's a just cause we're fighting for. Okay.
All right.
And I thank you very much for all your good work. Okay, and that's why I'm calling in. And I want to also give you some encouragement here. The encouragement is agree for you, stop. You must, understand that in the Igbo, we are surrounded by a whole lot of enemies. Okay? Forget all this other Nigerians, when they come to talk to us. They are all, the enemies within.
All right.
They are why we haven't got the Biafra. Yes, it's the Yoruba people, the Fulani people. So because we were discussing, all the other callers were discussing, we don't know how. Even yourself, you said, what can we do? There's nothing we can do, my brother. Okay, the Fulanis were promised Nigeria. Okay, they were promised Nigeria because they did the slave trade with the white men, and Nigeria is their reward. You understand me? Nigeria is their reward. Go back to what Sadana of Sokoto said, Amadu Bello. It's on the internet. He said that this estate, that Nigeria will become the estate of their, forefather, with Madam Fodio, and that they will use the majority of the Benue people as willing to destroy Igbo. And who are the Benue people? Gowon was a Benue guy. So don't say Gowon wasn't stupid. Gowon is not stupid. He wasn't stupid like you guys were saying. No, he wasn't stupid. He's not. It's rubbish. It was the British that told him not to do that. It was the British. The war happened, and fell upon us because of Awolowo. Awolowo told Gowon, he came to Ojukwu and told Ojukwu, partnered with Ojukwu. Ojukwu told him, he said, once I go home now, I'm going to pull my people away from us, from Nigeria, and then you pull your people. Listen, if we pull from that on both sides, Nigeria will give up. The Fulani people will give up. This This is the only way we can win Nigeria, is for two people to pull at the same time. They can't fight a war in two fronts. You understand me?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, so every time, look at it, every time Biafra begins to gain momentum, Yoruba people come with control agitation. The agitation is controlled, okay, just to suppress the voice of the Biafrans.
You think
so, go ahead.
You think that the agitation of Yoruba people has anything to do with
it's all fake. It's all fake.
Yes, even though it's fake or real, do you think it has anything to do with Biafra agitation?
Correct. That's what I just told you. It's controlled agitation.
Yeah, but it has nothing. But it has nothing to do with Biafra agitation, whether it's control or not control. I don't think it's important to Biafra agitation or has anything to do with Biafra agitation.
To you, that's what you're thinking, okay? But in the scheme of things, that's how it works, okay? When Biafra alone begin to yell, cries, so if Biafra only begins to complain, the whole world is going to say, leave these guys alone, let them go. But if everybody is complaining, then they will say it's the government that's bad. You understand me? Okay, yes. Now they will say, and that's what you make every Nigerian now say the same thing. Every Nigerian will keep saying, if only we have a good government. You will never have a good government. You can never have a good government. There's no way you can have a good government. Nigeria is still the property of the Windsor family. Yes.
All right, sir. Before we end the conversation and go to another corner,
right.
I think there is something that the people who are agitating are not doing most.
Right.
For people to listen to you and listen to you well, the first thing you have to do is to make the world understand why Nigeria should divide. Publicize it.
Right.
Make sure that is why I love Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is a very good and dangerous secessionist. Because Nnamdi Kanu, with just Radio Biafra, was able to bring a lot of people to their knees. Without shooting one gun, one bullet, he was able to do that.
Sir.
So I think that the thing that a lot of people are not doing fine is that give people proof why Nigeria should not be one. And there are a lot of proof there why Nigeria should not be one. There are a lot of things going on in Nigeria. People are not aware of it because you can't see it on mainstream media. So these are the things I think we should focus more on.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much for that suggestion. You're 100% right. 100%. But let me show you, because we're in the struggle. We were inside, of the IPOB, the DOS IPOB. I saw this here. We were there. Yes, we were there on the day they kidnapped Onyendu. To be honest with you, I don't meeting there, check over that. Then they canceled the meeting, and I said they will reconvene it, in a couple of hours. A couple of hours again, they reconvened the meeting. We came, they said something happened to him, that we all should just back off, in case of one again, You have to go. They may say, now you got So now, DOS, what you're saying here is you don't know the role that we were playing, even with USB. United States of Biafra group, they're doing the same thing. They have been infiltrated again. Okay? They have been infiltrated. This is how the infiltration works. If you're already in the game, long enough, you'll see the infiltration. The inside fighting had or infiltration, and them coming to expose in online, that's infiltration. Okay? And they are all putting forth the wrong policies. The only right policy primary would be declaration. They made it grand. This is perfect. Okay. But after that, finally the Zinabu, like you were saying, we need to go back in and then create a media. Okay, create a media, which was what we was trying to do, when Onyendu was there. We were fighting to get us a media station. All media. This is why all the stuff that happened in Finland, there's no single TV in the world that carried it. no single TV in the world that carried any of that event. Everything was just YouTubers, putting up They are seeing it. The powers to be are seeing it, but they will claim that they didn't see it. Just like Martin Nnamdi Kanu said during his time that in Yaba, there's some places well, that's the thing on the internet, but they will say, oh, because it's not on the international news station.
Okay. It's all right.
So, So it's the news media. That's what you're trying to say here. They control the news media because if they give us news media, a play one time, the whole world will kick into it.
Nobody will give it to you.
Was organizing. So
nobody will give it to you.
Nobody, sadly. Martin Nnamdi Kanu was organizing a million-man march in Washington, D.C. I mean, in Akwaduka, a million-man. We were going there big, and the mindset was, he was saying it was a march, but the guy is a genius. Martin Nnamdi Kanu, the guy is a genius. Okay, he knows how to play this game. Okay, so he was saying it was a march, but it wasn't really a march. Here, Martin Nnamdi Kanu was trying to achieve with that is a media awareness that if such people, a number of people gather up there, that media must carry it. You understand me? And once media carries it one time, then the whole other media will begin to carry it because the same media will try to capitalize on it to use it to sell, their news.
All right. It's all right, sir.
Yeah, so they cancelled it quickly. They cancelled that quickly.
All right,
took him out of that. So, yeah.
It's all right, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your contribution and some light you have thrown to this issue.
Right. Thank you. So because I watch you guys talking and talk about it saddens me. You're all educated people, especially people like you. You're a very good analytic person. You use logic perfectly. But it just pains my heart every time I watch your frustration, and try to understand why they're not gonna ever do nothing.
It's all right.
This is an agenda that is set to work that way.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. You have a wonderful weekend, okay?
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye-bye. All
right. Let's have this conduct. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Kosha. Good evening from here. This is Predictive calling from US.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
What you are discussing, the topic, but the Yorubas, Sharia courts coming to Yorubaland. When people say things that are based on facts, it's not everybody sometimes that will believe it. Some will still doubt it. Some will even criticize it.
Okay.
Yet, those things might be based on facts. You see what the man Tunde did, that naval officer, I think his name is Tunde, if I'm not mistaken.
Olawumi, yeah.
Olawumi. A lot of people are taking light of that thing. Take this from me, because I'm one of these people that think, or let me say, that believe based on what has been happening, that Yorubaland will be taken by Fulani.
Yeah.
Take this from me. I will tell you the reason. Yeah, a lot of people have spoken on your channel now. One of the basic reasons we tell you that if their land is going to be taken is because they are not showing sign of looking for freedom. They are not. Just like the last caller said, though the last caller for me, I don't completely agree to what he said, because I believe they are genuine Yorubas that want freedom.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that they have been mixed up with the Muslims, the ones that our Muslims are drawing them back.
Okay.
For instance, the Oyo State you are talking about, I know Oyo State very well. There is a place called Kishi in Oyo State.
Okay.
It's completely almost dominated by Fulani. Almost.
Okay.
Kishi is in Oyo State and is very close to Kwara. You know, Oyo State is very close to Kwara.
Yeah.
So now, and it is also very close to a place called Igbo. I believe that's where Sunday Igbo came from. So when people see Sunday Igbo fighting, it's because of what Sunday Igbo have seen. There have been a lot of clashes. This thing is based on fact. It's true. It is almost like dominated by Fulani. This Bororo, whatever. They are almost controlling the whole area. And it has a very close link with Igbo. Igbo is like a town too. That Igbo is where the former jam registrar, Dibu Ojeri, they came from.
Okay. You
can go what I'm saying. Dibu Ojeri is from Igbo. I think it's the same time from this Sunday Igbo, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But now, why I'm saying this is this. The Yorubas have not shown true sincerity of looking for their freedom. Why did I say that? They are always channeling their efforts towards the wrong direction. What is the wrong direction? And the whole world is seeing it. And the world knew that they are not looking for freedom. The Biafrans are looking for their freedom. But you will always see the Yorubas attacking the Biafrans, who has nothing in any way has affected them. They live in the Yorubaland, they do their business. You see the Yorubas attacking them. They won't know these people, they are paying rent, they are doing what they are supposed to do. They are not affecting you. They will leave the Fulanis that are encroaching into their land and do nothing about it. You hardly see them attacking them. Because why? Most of the Yoruba elders, or let me put it this way, the Yorubas are always controlled by their elders. And it's always easy. Once you capture the head, you will capture everybody. That is the problem the Yorubas have. The reason why it has been very, very difficult when you come to Biafra land, now they have Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody else is there. That's why they always tell you, Igbo, it does not mean that the Igbos don't have leaders. They do. But it simply means if you think that this one is the person that you can capture and use him to hold the other people, you are very, very wrong. Because in terms of personal makeup, every Igbo man is more or less like a capitalist, is a Republican. That is the construct of the Igbo man. So it is always very, very easy to capture the Yoruba people through their elders. They have known that for a long time. Look at the issue of Tinubu. Tinubu came into office through a fraudulent means. Everybody knew about that. The moment he got into the office, the entire Yoruba, just few people aligned with him. He's right. Oh, Tiwa is our own. Let's support him. But that is wrong. If it has been in the Biafran land, they will never do that. So when you talk of the Fulanis, also like one of your callers said, the power they have is not because they are too strong. The power they have is the promise that was given to them. And this promise that was made to them was for a reason. The reason why the promise was given to them is, some time ago I said it, is all about your resources. If the Fulani are able to control the country, Nigeria, those people that made the promise that are supporting them will be able to control your resources. That is the game plan. That is it. But unfortunately, the world has seen that you, the Biafrans, are so much interested in your freedom. And you're going to get your freedom. So now I want to say something about where you asked the question. You were saying something about Gowon, not implementing Aburi Accord.
Okay, you can still help me to summarize that, okay? Just in 2 minutes.
Okay. Yes, there are a lot of factors that played in. Most of them at that time were young. 2, that is number 1 factor. Gowon, yes, was naive also. Number 2, Gowon, they see Ojukwu, though they were friends, they see Ojukwu as a rival. Gowon see Ojukwu as a rival, whereas Ojukwu see Gowon as a friend. That is the problem. Ojukwu's father was very rich, and a lot of them knew him as somebody that is very, very affluent. So to associate with Ojukwu is like, you are associating with a very powerful somebody. That was one of the problems. Inferiority complex, that is the problem of Gowon. Inferiority complex. The 3rd factor that made Gowon not to do that was the power that did return. So these are the things that played against Gowon. And Gowon never knew that it was for his own benefit. Everybody can see what happened. So Gowon had inferiority complex. 2, he saw Ojukwu as a rival. 3, he was used. These are the things I believe that happened, which are based on facts. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go and understand more from, especially for some persons who I'm seeing that they have not really understand what is going on. This is not a new video. It's recently from this Naval Commander Laumi. Let us listen to it because I have a lot of things to explain from this video. A lot of things to explain from this particular video. So let's pay attention to it because that is just all about what we are discussing today. When these people are now extending this Sharia code to Yorubaland, let us understand what this man who have been in the corridor of power, that has been, in the depth of Nigeria intelligence agency. So let's see what he said and come back to analyze.
Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 constitution, it is a fraud already. That constitution is a fraud. Now, what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they now give independent and march you people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with the OIC stuff, tried to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because they put it in the Constitution.
In fact, listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said, personal matters, that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. Is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey? They were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, it's an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijani. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A. That's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years. They will Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, all this Jay-Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together, or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, in many, we are not a religious country, on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, you have now North Sudan, South Sudan. I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. Then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I've told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. But if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have the North.
That is it.
They remain there, and you have the sovereignty down south. Then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. You have the Jaiz Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research. And you're beginning to understand, what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the constitution, want to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people, and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it in through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know, they may not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, go after the sponsors. Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years time. If it's not 10 years time, it may be 50 years. They are going to Islamize this country. But I think the solution, what we should be discussing with people should try to understand we are not the same people. The North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing indirect, and they deliberately merge us so that we can continue to fight like this, and they can continue to take our resources away.
Speaking about the British, there are several theories out there in terms of all of this Chatham House moves and why our leaders always go to the West before elections. Do you think that?
All right. I think I have taken enough from that particular video. So that was just look into what the commander said. He said a lot of things that is very relevant to our, our topic today. One of the things he said that shocked me, he said, they are going to Islamize Nigeria. There is no two ways about it. But the lady was asking, do you think it's going to just be possible for them to just Islamize Nigeria? Are we going to fold our hands? And he said, even though it's next 100 years, this is gradual movement. Do you know that Ilore is an Yoruba, was, not is again, no, was Yoruba state? Where is Ilore now? Conquered. Now, they are coming gradually now. They have entered Oyo. And Oyo state is the headquarters of Yoruba nation. So that is not only thing there. Now, this man said that the politicians who are sponsoring this movement to Islamize Nigeria are the ones sponsoring terrorism to destabilize the people, carry out ethnic cleansing. That justifies what T.Y. Danjuma was saying. So when you look at all these things, you will see that I am not interested. I am not interested in anything about one Nigeria. It took me time to have this level of awareness, and it might take you 30 years to have this level of awareness. I am not just coming out to say this on camera. This has been from one level to the other before it started happening to me, that in my village, people can no longer go to farm. Who are the people doing it? Bororo Fulanis. Who are their sponsors? Who are the sponsors of Bororo Fulanis who are in our villages that are not making us to go to farm? Who are their sponsors? You know these things, if I'm saying it, I'd like to show you proof. Let's listen to it.
In trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. What has happened in Nigeria is that most of the time when something comes up today, we never sit back and say, how did we get to this point? We got to this point by virtue of the fact of the effort to remove President Jonathan. There had always been this herder-farmer clash, but it never got to this point where whole communities were exterminated so that some people will be roaming freely within their land, which is what happens in Plateau and in Benue State.
I think Benue is the worst hit.
Precisely. Yeah. And you know why? Because most of the banks of the Benue is lush. Because it's watered by the Benue River. And so these people came and they want. And who are these people? And that's a question that we have not dealt with. The bill first said that we have to confine these people to the ranches within their states of origin. And somebody woke up and said, no, every Nigerian has a right to go around. There's no such thing like a state of origin. Why will anybody make that statement? Reason is that in trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact.
All right. Now, let's come and talk about the people they imported. What do they do with it? That is what they used to form Boko Haram. They have wing, they turn to ISWAP, Nakurawa, they call them bandits, they come just to destabilize the nation. I am not the one saying this. The former Navy commander, they call it commando, is the one saying, he said that the people, the politicians who are sponsoring terrorism, they are sponsoring it because they want to Islamize Nigeria. So that is the man who have attained the highest level of intelligence in Nigeria. It's just like where FBI, the head of FBI agent in America, will come and tell you that look at what is going on. That Donald Trump is the one that imported Iranian terrorists and all those. There will be civil war in America. So there will be civil war in America. So a lot of things have been happening that we are not taking time to, listen to. Let's go back to our WhatsApp and pick some calls, okay? Let's receive some calls. Hello. Yeah, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from.
Good evening from here. This is Erasmus.
Erasmus. Long time. Rasmus, from US, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you for joining us tonight. All right.
Thank you very much. You remember when I was always talking about this Commodore Laumi? I remember. You still remember? And I asked, have you watched the video? You said, then you've not watched even that first video.
Yeah.
You can see what we have seen. You can see what we have seen years ago. There is absolutely nothing that is going to stop Nigeria from being an Islamic country. In fact, Nigeria is already an Islamic country. On book, on record, it's already an Islamic country.
Yeah.
What is just remaining is like a physical manifestation of Islam all over the country. That is what is remaining. So that's what I'm saying. It now depends on the people from the southern part of Nigeria, especially the southeast and south-south. Whether they want to, they intend to belong to an Islamic country or they don't. It's a choice. It's not as if, is it going to happen? No, it has already happened. It's just, are you going to be part of the Islamic country? Are you going to be happy to be part of it? That's the decision to make. If you go back to when they were debating, when they wanted to expand Sharia, remember that you remember, you know that this man, this Olawumi, still told you, he used time. If you listen very well, he used time to tell you some of the people who are sponsoring this terrorism.
Yeah, he hinted it. I have the video.
Jais Bank, and this Islamic Bank, the owners of those banks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He said it. He said that those people who are coming to the house to sponsor the plea, they are not the people. He not mentioned those Islamic banks, the Jais Bank and the other bank. You understand? So he used time or code to tell Nigerians where to look. So that is what is going on. So
and the bill, sorry to intrude, the bill was to remove the clause so that even like that Jais Bank, it will become a general bank where everybody, you understand.
And it's to be about bank alone. That is just the beginning. You understand? It's expansion. So now, when they were doing that debate, there was somebody that spoke. A lot of people did not take note of what that man said, and I took notice of what the man said. You can go and watch that debate again. He's from Niger State. The guy representing Niger State. Do you know what he said? He said that he does not even understand why this thing is. He said when it comes to this thing, as in a lot of temper will just be rising, people will just be like, oh, he said that this thing is already there. It's not as if Sharia is already in our constitution. Right? That is not, he does not, he don't understand why the thing they
cause trouble.
Agitated like that. You understand? Because it's already there.
Yeah, he said the Sharia is already in the constitution.
Exactly. So a lot of people don't understand what is going on. You don't understand what is going on. Remember, of recent, this guy, Tinubu, was in attendance of, I think, 54 countries, Islamic and Arabic countries. All those countries in that district were Islamic countries.
Yeah.
And Nigeria was fully represented.
Yeah.
There were some communiques that were read out. Nigeria was signatory to it. When Israel was reprimanded, Nigeria was part of the Islamic countries that reprimanded Israel. So, whether you and I like it or not, we were part of the countries, Islamic countries that reprimanded Israel. So we are Islamic countries. Do not listen to people like Ruben Abati that will come to arise to fine-tune the whole thing. Because I watched Ruben Abati when he was talking about that thing. He said, no, it doesn't matter whether Nigeria go to Islamic this thing or not. It does not mean that they are going to discuss Islam.
Why is it that the president of Nigeria is not going to Kanu meeting in Rome?
That's what I'm saying. So he was telling you, he was telling you, don't worry. It's not as if they are going to be, it's not because they are going there, it's for business. It's not just for Islamic, it's not because Nigeria are going to. That is what they do. They will keep people like that. People that are politicians, that are after money in the media, that will be cleaning up the mess and be tuning your brain. And you think that, oh, nothing is happening. Do not worry. Nigeria is too big to be Islamized. Meanwhile, the whole underground work is going on. Already in Yorubaland, in that same Ibadan, there is Center for the Eradication of Innovation and the I think establishment of Sunnah. Do you know?
No, I don't know about that.
Google it. You with your this there. Google Center for the Eradication of Innovation and I think the advancement of Sunnah.
What does it mean?
Just put on your things.
What does it mean?
Put on your thing. This thing, Sunnah is a branch of Islam. So, as the name implies, Center for the Eradication of Innovation, what does that tell you? It's clear enough now. And the establishment of Sunnah, and that Sunnah now, Islamic this thing. So, you go Google it, you will see a bus. They even have official vehicle, only written on the vehicle. If this one is not, I'm not talking of Northern Nigeria, or this is on your state, or Ibadan. Google it, you will see it. You will see it. It's not hidden. It's on Google. So Nigeria is already an Islamic country. That's why it pains me that this Biafra movement, there's so much as in jealousy, sabotage. You know, I don't understand. It's just crazy. For all, we need to live before the things start to happen, because it's going to happen. Just like Commodore Kulola Umi said, it may take them 10 years, it may take them 20 years, it may take them 40 years. It may take them when our children when they say they don't even care. You understand?
All right. Now, the Center for Eradicating Innovation, it was founded 3 years ago. But the question is, eradicating innovation, what does it mean?
How do you eradicate innovation?
I saw the video crested with Arabic, the motto crested with Arabic. But what does it mean to eradicate?
Eradication, is it not an English word?
It's an English word. What kind of innovation? What kind of innovation do they want to eradicate?
Then you go ask them, because as the name implies, what is the meaning of innovation? Get the dictionary meaning of innovation. What is the meaning of eradication? Center for the Eradication of Innovation. Then what you should check now is what's the meaning of that sunnah that they said. But there's nobody needs to explain to you the meaning of eradication of innovation. I don't need to explain that to you, because it's English word. What did Boko Haram say they don't want? So the Boko Haram say they don't want this thing, education. Haram to education. So put all of them together, link them. This thing, terrorist group, what they call them? What did they tell you? Say they want? The same thing. So you need to start putting all of them together. We know what is going on. We know what is going to happen. It's just that when is it going to happen? Are we going to fold our hands and wait for it to happen and allow people like Ruben Abati to be deceiving people? Thank you, my brother.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, this is mind-blowing. This is it's expository. It's expository. Center for Error. I have never taken notice of it. I have not, studied anything about it. I think after this video, I would also take time to study a Center for Eradication of Innovation.
The advancement sooner.
And this was established 3 years. And last year, they told us that they need Sharia in Oyo. And as I speak to you, the whole thing is set. They want to inaugurate it on 11th. This is very speed of light. We need to wake up.
Yorubaland is gone already.
We need to wake up.
Yorubaland is gone already.
You see, for me, I don't have problem with Islam. I don't have problem with Muslims. I love them so much. But the issue is that do it in your own country. Do it in your own country. I can go to Saudi Arabia, go to Dubai, spend holiday and come. Not that I can live there forever, because I am not compatible with their way of life. And I believe that is the way nature makes everybody to be. But imposing it or using systematic approach to do, no. This should not happen.
Do you know that? Do you know that? Right? If you were to be in US, it's like the highest rank, like CIA.
Yeah. Yeah.
As in, he has attained the highest level for CIA. So people like that, when they tell you something, you should take it to the bank. You don't understand? So person like that tell you the only solution. Remember, he told you the only solution is breakaway.
Yeah.
That will not be the same. That's what he said on national television. So if person like that, they tell you say the only solution is breakaway, who me and you can be to the argue? You don't understand? Who me and you can be to the type of officer? Somebody who has spent 35 years in military intelligence, in DIA, in NIA, he has where you want to talk? We were the people that brought this guy, Buhari, into power, convincing the CIA. Somebody like that is telling you from all he did masters in this Islamic listen, he did doing masters. He has told you in masters and PhD. He has told you that the solution is breakaway, that they are not going to stop until you do it. So
who are you to argue? What do you know?
What do you mean? You all know now to come to talk, say let's manage. He even gave you the instance of Turkey. And when they give that instance, people know they listen. Go check the history of Turkey. Check the history of Lebanon. So it just that it pains me. South, I don't know. Those people when they fall South, now just money, now they want. They know they see the danger when it happens. As I the football is busy using money to convert a lot of people in his own side. You know? So I don't know when this cooperation will do. I just hope that
the South Side has been infiltrated. The South Side, as we call it, has been infiltrated. The whole our bushes are gone already. You understand? I'm telling you this because people are no longer going to farm. So if we are not taking time, I don't really know what is going to happen in our side.
If South really wake up today, say these people want flushed them out. I'm from South. What will it take us to flush these people out? You don't understand? If you want to talk of men for not be weak, will not be weak. Now, if they talk of men they now. But the problem is that they are looking for their individual destiny. They look for pockets. You understand? And these people understand this. They will look for money.
My brother, it's not all about men. Now, let me tell you. South was not the first place they came. Southeast was the first place they came. So when they came Southeast, they saw that Nnamdi Kanu was on fire then.
Yes.
So Nnamdi Kanu chased them out of the bush in the Southeast through his security network and so on and so forth. They left before they came back. Is it not during, when did they come back to the South? Even it was during election we started seeing killings in our bushes. Kidnapping, they started kidnapping massively. It was during election, this last election. So everything is just on the increase. And the vigilantes have killed some of them. Some of them have been apprehended.
I got some information that somewhere in Slaughter, I don't know if you are familiar with Port Harcourt, where that Transamadi area. Are you familiar with Port Harcourt?
No, I'm not familiar with it. I've been to Port Harcourt only 3 or 4 times, and
okay, you're not familiar with it. They say somewhere there, say now Boki called the settle cases, or especially that Slaughter area for Transamadi.
Seriously,
for River States. You never know. Even some parts of Bayelsa, they say some parts of Bayelsa now Boki they charge, fully in charge. So, but the problem with the gets, when you tell people, they will tell you, say, no possible. Possible. That's the problem, the biggest problem, and the biggest challenge one will get. The people that will take it seriously, they will tell you, say, it's not possible. Nigeria is too big to be Islamized. It's happening. You will say it's not possible. My brother, I just hope, now let Biafra be the hope when I be the best. the way the corruption and the way we our people don't like money is just unbelievable, honestly. I'm so the thing is so sad, honestly.
Thank you so much, my brother. You know, you always hit the nail at the head. You understand what is going on so much. So I really like the way you share your own view. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
All right.
Relating. Then I begin to,
Ask question.
to imagine within myself. I said, this type of people are in Nigeria right now. This is not happening in Ghana. It's not happening in Chad. Sorry. It's not happening in Niger Republic. This is Nigeria. I remember when Nigeria was leading as the head of ECOMOG back in the days. They would go to Sierra Leone and go to Liberia to fight war. This is the same Nigeria army that allowed these people to defeat them in their own territory. And we are here talking about protests. We are here talking about election. You see, those people, they pack during the time of election. I don't know if you guys got that information or you saw those people that were packed on the trailer. I was at these young Fulani, young boys. There is no female among them. These people were literally packed on the big vehicle and they were transported to every part of the eastern state, and the middle belt and the south.
Were they going to vote? Were they going to vote?
No. That is one thing I want to let you know now, that this is an agenda. This is an agenda going on. You see those people, the banditry that you are hearing today in Edo State, in Delta State, in the eastern part of Nigeria, in the western part of Nigeria, is as a result of those people who were transported, but people did not have the eyes to see the agenda that is going on. These people, as I'm talking to you right now, these people are all over our forest. They are waiting. They are waiting for the last command. And we are here talking about Nigerian protests. Let me tell you, the truth is that no protest that will save Nigeria right now. These people are already there waiting. They are already in our bush. They are already in our forest. The only thing that will save us, because you see this one Nigeria thing, where will they do so? It will consume all of us very soon. It will consume everybody, because we are not wise enough to understand the plan of these people. And some people were saying that they are fighting for Northern State. They are not fighting for Northern State. They are not fighting for Islamic State. They are fighting to conquer the whole west and southern Nigeria, the eastern Nigeria, because they believe that if they capture everybody, they will now make Nigeria their own territory, so that they can compete with the West, with the Western world, through our resources. So one thing I want to say is that another thing again, sorry, bro. Another thing I'm about to say, I want to tell our
There is a video I wanted you to listen to. There is a video I wanted you to listen to.
Let me quickly round up this one so that I don't forget.
Maybe you will say something about the video anyway. Continue.
Another thing I wanted to say is this. You see, like those of our brothers from South and Southeast who are in the military, let me tell them, they are not safe. You know why they are not safe? You see those Fulani Boko Haram repentance that they are putting. Those are the people doing the assassination now. They are the one killing our South brothers and East brothers in the military, because these people, they don't want to make it look like, okay, it is a war against South personnel in the military or Southeast personnel in the military. They bring in this Boko Haram repentance and put them together with you, so you don't know that they are your enemy, and they will send you to mission They know that that mission they are sending you, the vehicle, even the vehicle they will give you, is updated. The guns they will give you is updated. They know, and they will call their own Fulani military terrorists. They will say these people are coming to social place, and that's why you see that the attack is very easy, because there is an intelligence within them that is passing all the informations to these same terrorists, so that they can attack. And when they are sending out these our boys, they are sending out people from the southeast. That is the reason why you see the majority of military people, personnel in the southeast, they are made up of the Hausa Fulanis. They are not even, it's just few Igbos and South, few South and Southeast in the military in the southeast. All of them there are the Fulanis there who are doing their foot soldier, killing our people, secretly killing our young boys. But you see, like the people who are in the north, thinking that they are defending Nigeria, are the southeast southeast people and the south military guys who are being sent over there, and all of them gradually.
All right, let me stop it there. That was last 2 months. Yeah, last 2 months. Yes. So during our live broadcast, a brother joined us from Delta State, and he was sharing his own part of the story, saying that, during the COVID-19 and also during the election, that he saw how people were deported to the south, to the southeast, and just trying to give more insight on the issue of the insecurity that is disturbing the nation. So, why we are doing this is to let you know what is going on. There is one adage they used to say in our dialect, it means that when they tell the cripple that there is going to be war next month, the cripple will not wait until the war begins before maybe he or she will start crying, moving like millipede. When they tell, or when the cripple hear that there is going to be war in next month, what is expected of the cripple is to start moving. Even when before the war will commence, start moving, don't look back. But in this concept, we are not saying start moving. We are saying start taking action. Start taking action. See, this is beyond. If you are not interested in Nigerian politics again, you might not be interested in federal, but be mindful of somebody who will become your governor. Be mindful of somebody who will become your senator, your House of Rep member, your local government. Be mindful of people that are going to be your leader in your city. You know why? They don't need you to do this. Hear me and hear me well. They don't need you to do this. You see a lot of things France is doing against Nigeria today. France don't need 200 million Nigerians to do it. France don't need the whole entire population. They just need Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah, but they just need bats. So if Tinubu travel to France from Nigeria and Tinubu arrive in France, Tinubu just sign one memorandum or sign one document, everything about Nigeria, he have signed it to them. So I'm trying to let you know how it is. So they don't need you to bring Sharia court in your state. They don't need you. They only need your governor. So your governor can even agree and sign it without your consent. Be mindful of someone who represents you. Be mindful of someone who is your senator, your House of Rep member, and so on and so forth. Be mindful of everyone. Because the way things are going now, this is a battle of survival. It's a battle of survival. Everybody on earth has right to their liberty, has right to follow their own religion, has right to do whatever you want to do, but not at the detriment of people who don't want to become it, not at the detriment of people who never wish to be that. You started using, conning, started using force, ethnic cleansing, start killing them, start sponsoring terrorism, start making sure that these people are not going to go to farm, start making sure you put fear on them. These are the strategies that the people are using. See, as I said before, when I hear that the Mali captured the ISIS and their leader, I was so happy. Can that happen in Nigeria? Absolutely no. The other Shekau of Boko Haram, you know how many times they told you he died? Today they will say we have killed him. Tomorrow Shekau will come and do video. Next tomorrow they say they kill Shekau. You continue to hear stories upon stories. Nice. Now, different between Mande and Nigeria, why the Mande was able to capture the Boko Haram leader and Nigeria was unable to do that. Now, this is the difference. The Mandean government, they are fighting insecurity. Yes, they are insecurity in their country, but they are fighting it. You understand the two things, right? There are insecurities in Mande or this ISWAP, ISIS. But the Mandean government are fighting them. The difference between Mande and Nigeria is this now. We still have the same insecurity in our country, but our government are sponsoring it. That is the two different. Our government are sponsoring it. So the people of Mande, it will be easier for them to chase them away because they have NATO sponsor. The sponsor they have is international. It's not the main people on ground. So what I'm trying to tell you is that so many things are playing from international stage against Nigeria, but it is not for the people. It is not the duty of the slave to tell, the master to tell the slave to go. If you are a slave, you're under somebody, the person is treating you bad, do you think the person will allow you go? No, because you are beneficial to him. So it is the duty of the slave to say, no, I don't want to be slave again. I want you to understand this. It is the duty of the slave to say that I don't want to be slave again. It's not the duty of the masters. So I assume that we are slaves in our own ancestral land. But it's not the duty of people who are doing all these things to hands up. They have a mission why they are doing it. It's not their duty to hands up, and they are not going to hands up. But it is your duty, you the victim. It is your duty to rise. It is your duty to rise. We are humans. It is your duty to rise. It is your duty to react. Because if you did not react, if you did not rise, if you did not talk, and a lot of people will say, when we talk now, what will it take? There is power in talking, talk. If there is no power in talking, you cannot talk, they will start threatening. You cannot talk, they start using DSS to find you. Because there is power in speaking forth. There is power in speaking forth, okay? So we are not like cows, according to PNO Lumumba. We are not like cows. One day, what I'm seeing is not everything I will say on social media, okay?
Many of us from the north are famed for cattle keeping. And when you are driving the cattle through different grazing grounds, the cattle believe that you love them so much because you protect them from the elements, because you protect them from other wild animals. But if the cattle were to know that you are the one who would end up eating them, they would treat you very differently. Invariably, they do not know. And therefore, you will continue controlling them the way you do, and you will continue eating them the way you do. But it's a totally different case when you are leading human beings. They are not like cattle. You may lead them in a particular direction. You may think that you have lulled them into a false sense of security. You may think that you have deadened their minds. But always remember that one day, if you don't do that which is good and right for your fellow men, there is a day of reckoning. There is a day of reckoning.
It's a day of reckoning.
History has demonstrated that it can come in the twinkling of an eye. History has demonstrated that kings have been toppled. History has demonstrated that presidents have been removed. History has demonstrated that great...
All right, let me stop it there. There is something very important that I want to explain in this video. That is why I played the video. Now, you see, there is a point PLO Lumumba hit there. He says, when you are leading the cattle, then the cattle will think that, oh, you are leading us, we will protect you, you are doing us good, and they will be treating you right. If you look at all these people who control cattle, if you go and fight them, sometimes the cattle will try to chase you. You know why? Because the cattle believe that that person there is their savior, but they do not know. If they know that the person is leading them to sell them, if they know that the person is leading them to kill them, they will treat them differently. But the irony there is that they do not know. They do not know. Now, the cattle in this concept are the victims, the poor Nigerians, the kidnapped Nigerians. So many people watching me right now, we are like the cattle. The people who are leading us are those people you think they are the one who are your leaders, who are going to bring good things for you, but you do not know. You don't know where they are leading you to. If only you can open your brain, open your mind to understand where they are leading you to, you will treat them differently. You will not treat them the way you are treating them. You will treat them differently, but you don't know. You don't know that they hold your future. You don't know that they are the reason why you don't have good healthcare. You don't know that they are the reason why you can't go to free school. Your children can't go to free school. You don't know they are the reason why things are expensive, where the minimum wage is not high. You don't know that these people are the reason why so many people are in the mosque praying. So many people are in the church praying against evil that doesn't exist like that. So many people pray against us, they then pray again because your roads are not good, because there is no rule, there is no speed limit. Someone is sick, you'll be praying. Your hospitals are not functional. Emancipate yourself and treat these people differently. You do not know that these people are leading you to sell you. In fact, they have sold. It's a past tense. They sold you already. But you do not know. But it is time to know. There is time and season for everything. A time to be born, a time to die. A time to know and a time to be ignorant. At this very point in time in Nigeria, this is not the time to be ignorant of anything. This is the time to know. What you fail to know is bigger than you. If you know on time, you will save your time. So anything you refuse to know is already against you. There is danger ahead. Don't say you were not told. When it started, you need that time, Femi Fanana will come out and said, I am challenging Andimodo Sheriff. He is the one that from Boko Haram. He is the one that do this. He is the one. People thought that he was playing. Gradually, this is where we are today. If I go and buy AK-47 now, before you know, police will come after me. But people have AK-47 in the bush killing people. You buy to defend yourself, they will hold you. But we'll defend ourselves, okay? We'll defend ourselves. We'll defend ourselves. All these leaders, they know the problem, okay? They know the problem. If you talk about the issue of this, they know every problem going on in Nigeria. But they don't want to act. If you say they don't know the problem, meaning they are deceiving us, they know exactly the problem. Everything that is going on, they know. So I'm using this opportunity to tell everyone, wherever you are, be safe. People are not smiling again. People are not smiling, and this government, they really have evil agenda against their citizens. And that is why I always tell people that the government is against the people. But hunger is a very dangerous thing as well. Because hunger will make you to keep quiet and follow politicians that will just give you money. Hunger will make you to do things you never wanted to do. Hunger will make you to do unnecessary things, even though they give you go to go and do what you never wanted to do. Hunger will make you to do it. And that is why these people have infiltrated our bushes. They have infiltrated everywhere to make sure that our parents will not go to farm. If Nigeria is passing through hardship before, it doesn't affect people from rural areas, but now it's affecting them because the whole bushes has been, there is a sage already. Then there's sage in the bush. So what do we do? What are we going to do? Shall we continue like this? Little by little, before you know, everything is going to be over. If you talk, they will arrest you. Now, the Ndefaro Timi has been granted bail. Even his book, this book, they banned it. They said people should not read it. But I tell them that their jurisdiction ends in Lagos and Abuja. In this media age, your jurisdiction doesn't work online. So people could buy the book online, do what they want to do online. You can't stop it. Even people can sell the book online in Nigeria and put, what is it called? They will put the location America. You don't know. So we have passed the stage where some laws are not relevant today anymore. We have passed that stage. So people should wake up. Wake up. Things are going wrong. So we still have time to receive some calls if you have something to chip in this discussion we are discussing. So if you have time, you can call in or you join us live. Now, there was a brother that called that was talking about the issue of regional government and Aburi Accord that Gowon did not understand. Gowon did not understand what the Aburi Accord was. Yes, I think I have to believe it a little because there is a confusion. Because Ojukwu gave his speech before he died about what happened in Aburi, and Gowon also gave his speech not quite long. Gowon said everything they said. Ojukwu went to do interview on radio and broadcast, and everything they said is not what Ojukwu said. That is right. So he said that he's playing like that because of what they told him, or he's ignorant of what they said. And Ojukwu said, thank God I have the transcripts. I recorded it. Let's listen to Ojukwu.
But at the end of it, I don't want to go because these things are all, the tapes are available, the records are there. In fact, only about 2 weeks ago, I saw a set of the records again. The transcripts are available. But we talked about the Nigerian situation. And certainly, at the end, everybody says, oh, you told them this, you did that. The fact was that our case was so clear that I actually believe at the end of Aburi that the problem was not Gowon, but probably some ambassadors in Lagos who were pressing for something else. Because we understood each other. We agreed on every single point. The drafting was, in fact, my chief secretary with 2 other chief secretaries from the other side. They said, no. And drafted and agreed. We looked at it, we agreed. General Ankara read over the whole report again to us at the end. Asked us if we wanted to amend anything. No. At the end of all that, the position was so good that actually Ankara drove Jack, Gowon, and myself to the airport. Jack was sitting On his left, I was sitting on his right. He was in the middle. And in the course of that journey, at a point, General Ankara shook his head and said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you. If only we can go on like this, everything would be all right." I believe I was the one. As I do now from time to time, I go for the dramatic. Suddenly I picked up Gawan's hand, put it on Ankara's lap, brought my other hand, placed it on it, and I said, "General, sir, hold us together, I want to say something." So General Ankara put his hand on top of the two hands, and I said, "General, I want to assure you that I am totally satisfied with everything we said. I will even go further and say to you something I did not say at the conference, and that is that once we have implemented everything we have said, I would ask you for one favor and one favor only. And that would be to be the one to propose Jack Gawan as a head of state of Nigeria." It was a two.
All right. Now, this is what Ojukwu said. So, Ojukwu made a statement. He said Gowon was not the major problem there. That the major problem was the ambassador in Lagos. And who are the ambassador? Who are the people that Ojukwu was referring to? The British ambassador, France ambassador, maybe American ambassador, the Germans. So you now understand what really transpired, that this is not just Gowon's ignorance, but apart from what they said, Oba said, but this is Gowon telling you what he knows. This is not someone say, someone say, someone say. This is Gowon saying it. That some ambassadors in Lagos play a major role to force Gowon not to implement Aburi Accord. So that is why when people are talking again about regionalism, and I say it's not going to work. Because if it is going to work, they could have allowed it to work. It's not going to work. So that is the situation. So let's go back to our WhatsApp focus. So I have been seeing some calls now, but because of what we were discussing, I have not been able to pick it. So you can start calling back again. There's know how many calls we are going to take tonight again. All right. Hello. Know how many. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Kocha.
Yeah. Good morning, ma.
Good evening, my side. How are you?
Fine, fine. Thanks for joining us.
And again for this security consciousness to awaken our people to see if we can push in a needle and a pin. And I say this to everybody. So long as you have affiliation, I start with affiliation to Nigeria as a nation, and you have people you love there. You know, I start with those people because the people that are inside may not even know, because I make calls. Since I woke up for this consciousness to begin to look into what is going on, I've never rested. I think there are certain things that you realize and it's difficult for you to sleep. It's difficult for you to not make efforts on your own side to see, if lives can be saved, if this can be remedied. And I know we've been talking about everybody arm yourself, do this, do that. I also want to say, whatever you can do, intelligence, whatever you can do to dismantle this quagmire, evil quagmire that has behooved our nation, our people, the indigenous people inside Nigeria. Whatever that can be done to save life should be done ASAP.
All right.
Now, we talk about, I see with the caption, because I've been so busy, I tried to catch up with what you're saying on the podcast.
All right, let me just chip in.
News.
Yeah, let me just chip in the the background of the whole thing for you. The thing is that the Supreme Council for Sharia Nigeria in Oyo State chapter, they're about to inaugurate Sharia court in Oyo State. Oyo State is the headquarters of Yorubaland. And this has a beginning. In last 3 years, they established what they call Center for Eradicating Innovation in Oyo State. Center for Eradicating Innovation is like when they say Boko Haram, Western education is a sin. So, and here we are today.
And all their children are overseas, so all of them.
Here we are today. They have finished the court. They have done everything. They are going to inaugurate it on 11th of January 2025. And these are the implications. There will be Sharia police in Yorubaland. There will be Sharia court. So in other ways, if you do anything contrary to Sharia, they will take you to Sharia court and sentence you with Sharia court. So where is the lies that we have been saying again that Nigeria have been Islamized, Nigeria is going to be Islam? This is happening before our very own eyes, and this is what we have been saying right from time. What is your take on it?
It was last month or there and about, they were talking, they brought this matter to the House of Rep, and they were arguing over that one word, personal. Does it mean that these people, which I don't trust any of them, is it 109 or 360 of them? I don't trust any. Because each and every one of them, giving them those 30 to 50 million naira a month is for a purpose. It is to sear their hearts and their minds and to blind their eyes and to kill their conscience. So that when things like this are happening, whenever they raise up anything like this, their mind will go to losing that 30 million to 50 million a month. And they're ready to sell their soul and everyone else inside that contraption. So that eliminates the House of Rep and House of Senate. They will not save any wine. They won't even save a chicken inside Nigeria. Talk less of the human beings. Now, you go to the governors that are given open check to do whatever. Why do you think that contraption, that place can never work? That is because they have open check, and whenever they go to do something reasonable, they shun them because they were not, the governors and the House of Reps were not set up to do anything good. They were not set up to do good. That is why they can buy 100 cars, steal it in one day, and nobody is calling them. Dele Farotimi will be on one side on one handcuff, and the man that stole the whole state will be going with entourage. Now, you go down to the army. The other day, I was telling someone I was researching on the activities of General Edward Buba and Defense General Christopher Musa, trying to follow up their talks and what they are doing. When you go down, their narration, go and check it, go and research. They will always tell you about insurgency. They will tell you about criminals. They will tell you about terrorists. Meanwhile, as we're speaking today, the ipob is one of the people they are buying every day. Is indigenous people of Biafra, are they criminals? Are they terrorists? No, they are not. They are human beings. They are people. The other day, I keep asking them, 2 hillocks filled with youth, and crying. I keep asking them, the governor of Imo State, where are these children? Where did they take them to go? Simply because they are answering, they said they are youth of Biafra. They disappear. So who is saving this? Who is behind the people? Nobody. Not the governors, not army, not police, not a House of Rep, not House of Senate. And as we are speaking, why I'm saying this is that maybe they have removed that person now without us knowing.
Maybe.
And nobody stopped them from Sharia anywhere they care.
I don't think so anyway.
I don't know. You see, the question is this.
Yeah.
Who are you going to trust?
Nobody.
Who do you trust among them? None.
Absolutely none.
So the people, that's why I said, please, anybody that is smart enough, if you have woken up today, please don't go to sleep again. There is evil in the land.
Yes, sir.
I refuse to be Islamized is because I don't want to be. It is my choice. I refuse certain things in my life is because I don't want it. Nobody should force me to do it.
And that is
so
how
why
it's supposed
should
to
people be made to be enslaved and be dehumanized and everything that is, look at the level of stampede that we are experiencing. Because some people made up their mind. They want to, I don't think if there is anything else in their mind except that they want to turn the people to ashes and rule over them.
Because
and
the poverty is too much.
That is why everybody needs to wake up and say, hell no. This needs to stop. Someone needs to do something.
Yes, sir.
Something to be shaken. I think I rested there, mister. I just saw this. I'm like, no, not again. But the cycle keeps going. Nobody is stopping them. Nobody.
It's so pathetic, eh?
And I say it here and I repeat, I think I've said this, I said this current system of government, whether you call it regime, whatever you call it, so long as it is alive and breathing, it is sustained and must be sustained by the buying of the people of the land. Because so long as this level, this government, the House of Rep, the army, and the police are situated this way, the system is against the people.
Yeah.
Anybody, for example, anybody that is saying anything, look at Delefaro to me, dropped in the dungeon because he was speaking the truth. And as we are speaking today, it's not only him. A lot of people, I think the way it is now is if you say the truth, you will end up in jail. The only thing that's left for you is to accept the lie, speak the lie, promote the lie, and pretend all is well. That is the only way you won't be ostracized or something bad happening. And well-meaning people should stand up and say no. I kind of begin to wonder, I said, are there still people of good conscience left in Nigeria? Are there still people alive that know about truth? Nobody wants to, say anything.
They are afraid now.
It's like there's dead silence everywhere.
They are afraid.
And the one that annoys me so much, when the people, it is human beings that made sure that Nnamdi was captured and put in the dungeon.
Of course.
And when he was put in the dungeon, the people that said, so when they saw him in dungeon, they said, he's a nice man. I say, I don't curse, but they have already heaped curse on their head. Because there is no need to curse those people. Especially those of them that say they are elites in Southeast. I don't need to open my mouth to curse. You have already cursed yourself. Because you were there screaming and pushing for him to. I had one of them have made a vigilante, and then he gathered a group of hunters, and he wants to secure the state, and there is mayhem everywhere. 4 years running, Nnamdi Kanu in dungeon, and insecurity is still on. Nnamdi Kanu release me so that this insecurity can be minimized. They refuse. So why did you refuse? Why are you refusing to release him?
They know why they refuse.
Security will be minimized. It's not even the issue. He didn't do anything. Now they went and captured Simon Ekpa all the way Finland. Whether I don't know where the man is, whether the story is good thing Finland sealed their mouth. So soon we are going to know the type of media we have in that contraption. Soon we will know who is lying and who is saying the truth. But the whole thing comes back to the people. If you are awake, stay awake. Keep asking, what can I do?
Yes, so.
And that is the only solution. It's not Nnamdi Kanu's fight alone. It's not Simon Ekpa's battle alone. It is not my battle alone. It is not the battle of the 35 children that went to look for food and they were stampeded. It is not the battle of they've done with their battle and they are gone. So those that are alive and breathing should think and ask themselves, which way will I end up on a stampede? Will I end up with hunger? Will I end up with going to do a shower to get some money and catch some disease and die anyway? Because this is arrant nonsense. This is nonsense going on, and adults, it looks like Nigeria has become a country that is full of irresponsible adults. It looks like there are no adults in that country anymore. Because if there are adults, they need to speak up and say something. A government that is irresponsible.
It's so pathetic.
How can you? I don't know. It doesn't even make sense anymore.
It's so pathetic. But we'll continue. We'll not give up.
Yes, Mr.
Thank you so much for your time, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Let's have another caller, please. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Kocha. You're on air.
I'm on air. Yeah, you can lower the volume of, I don't know, they are playing keyboard on your background.
Okay, no, I have to do it immediately.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, my name is Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
The voice of God is the voice of man. Is that your name?
Yes, voice of people. Yeah, that's my name. Yeah.
All right.
I am.
Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Canada.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. Talk to us.
Yeah, Mr. Kocha, thank you very much for your. In fact, I've never seen, but I am. The only prayer for you is may God continue to guide you, strengthen you, protect you from this evil forest, according to Dele Farotimi.
Evil forest. He says people in Nigeria are not normal.
Yes, that's what Dele to me called Nigeria. When Nnamdi Kanu was, professing, telling what is going to happen, that our people did not believe. You know, the Kanu said that place is a zoo. It's a zoological contraction. So, but we did not listen to him. And now that thing has come to us. From what you are talking about Yoruba, all of us, the Biafrans, should have known that we are the only obstacle for Fulanis or for Nigeria to Fulanize the so-called Nigeria. The Biafrans are the only obstacle. But I'm ashamed of we, the Biafrans. I'm Igbo man. And I'm proud of being Igbo man. But when I look at what our political elites we are doing, the way they sold us, honestly, I shed tears. I shed tears because Solu just opened his mouth and said that releasing Nnamdi Kanu will not stop insecurity. Joseph Kanu was there saying his own. Hope of the man was there, his own. So, like last time, I said that people were saying, let's let our governors, our political elites gather together to go and speak for Nnamdi Kanu release. I told that person that on air, say, how can you hold somebody, give it to some higher authority to keep for you, and at last we go back and tell him, please leave this person. Say they cannot do that. And I said it on air. Mr. Peters said, yes, what I said is real. And now people have seen that it has said. There is no way our political elites will go to Tinubu or Buhari releasing Nnamdi Kanu because they are the ones who gave Nnamdi Kanu to them to keep. Because why they did not want to leave Nnamdi Kanu is because if they leave Nnamdi Kanu for long, Nnamdi Kanu will expose all these things, will expose it to more and more. Because Nnamdi Kanu is a bone on their throats.
A big bone.
That's all. Yes, a bone on their throat. That is why they don't want to release it. Upon their court says release him, and there is no court will judge him again. That's why they still hold Nnamdi Kanu there, because they know Nnamdi Kanu will continue to review, and Nnamdi Kanu will be a stumbling block to them. And let us not think of Yorubas. Let us fight for ourselves. You know, I have been saying this thing. If not that Nnamdi Kanu is in their net, honestly, freedom, you don't give freedom. You take freedom. You take it by force. Other people fought for us. That is why South Africa, we are telling our people that you should go and fight for your government. They fought for them before the country be the way they see it now. Americans tell, let's go and fight. We fought for their country before they become what they are today. Like every other countries. Finland, they said now, it's the same thing. So, because of Nnamdi Kanu is in their net, that is why, they thought that we cannot do anything. We cannot do anything. But Yorubas, let's not forget about them, because if you check statistics, Yorubas, 70% of Yorubas are Muslims.
No, is it up to 70?
It's up to 70. I am telling you, 70% of Yorubas are Muslim.
I don't think so.
Okay, if you don't think so, okay, take it to 60. If you don't think so, take it to 60. Because at the average Yoruba people, when you tell them that they want to Islamize this country, they said it is lie. It is not possible. I have fought with many of them. They say it is not possible, but they knew that it is possible. They knew that they conquered a lot. I was like you with one Yoruba man last time. The Yoruba man told me that Ilorin, Kwara State, is a dot. It's Hausa people has this. I told him that it's Yorubaland, but the way they conquered the Hausa, the way they conquered the Hausa, was the way they conquered the Kwara State, Ilorin. He was arguing with me. He become annoyed with me. Then I leave him because he don't know histories. So they don't believe that that country will be. But somehow I would think that because of their cunning and the other things, they knew that country that they want to balance it and they conquer it. They knew, but because they have succumbed to them. That is why. That is why they succumb to them to suppress the Igbos. That is why they are pretending that it is not possible. It is not possible. They knew that it is on the constitution. It is on their constitution. They mentioned it in several places. So now, if I look at them, look at the P2B. I was telling people during the election that P2B is a distraction to Igbo people.
Why do you think so?
Yes, I think so because when P2B was a governor of Anambra State before, P2B killed Biafrans.
But he did not kill it directly, right?
He killed them, and anything that happened in your state is you that will held responsible.
Okay.
He killed them, threw them in the Enmity zoo. His brothers flew on top of Enmity zoo. Okay, P2B now just went to Chatham House. As soon as he went to Chatham House, I came back. P2B deflated to APC. He just dumped PDP, deflated to APC.
Not APC.
Not APC. I say Labour Party. I'm sorry, Labour Party. They called the P2B to come. So P2B come and be a distraction today. When you come out, they will say that the Igbo man has come for presidency, so that they will stop that and they cast the vote. That was the plan. P2B just decamp from PDP and they jump LP immediately. But whereas now they kind of have told we Igbos that Fulani said that we will not rule them, and there's something we will cause Igbo man to rule Fulani in this life or rule Yoruba in this very life. Because I could remember what Ottoman Dafedi told his children after the independence. That Igbo should not let these people to rule you people. They should not rule you people. They should not decide their destiny. Instead, you people will decide their destiny. And that is why they took us as slaves till today. Say they will be ruling us.
All right. You just have 1 minute left too.
So that's it. I am just praying if our boys, the real Igbo people, let me forget about South because that thing they succeeded in divide and rule. When you are a bunch of a group, you won't be able to be breaking. But if you are one, you can break it anyhow. That they succeeded on it. So let we Igbos, if we know that we are on top of the gunpowder. Let us fight now, tooth and nail. Forget about the politicians.
It's all right, sir.
So that's it. That's all I have to say. If you will be able to do that, we will save ourselves and our lives and our children, our born.
All right.
So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are connected from.
Okay, thank you, my brother, Mr. Okocha. Anyway, my name is King Okuchi. I am calling from Toronto, Canada.
Thanks for joining us, sir.
My brother, how is your Christmas going now?
Christmas Day.
My brother, I saw something on YouTube today. I just the panic. The traffic went there from along Asaba towards 8th Bridge. I'm here in Canada, but I'm having the anxiety and the tension. What people are going through. You get my point?
Yeah. I understand.
This our country called Nigeria. My God, may God have mercy on us.
Amen.
I just want to thank you, my brother. It's not easy, honestly. Every time I went to YouTube, I always like to watch your program. You get my point?
Thank you, sir.
Because of your caption, the topic you always bring. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
You are enlightening us so much. You're doing a lot. I must be honest.
Thank you so much.
I know that God will protect you. Some people doesn't like what you're doing. A lot of people have been sneaking and to know where you are and what you're doing because people are using your program to expose Nigeria, the atrocities and their crime, everything they are doing in that country. You know?
Yeah, I got you.
So my brother, it's only God who protect you. Honestly, I have many things that I can say, but I don't want to go through those areas so that I don't cause much problem. Okay. Some people doesn't know what. No, some people in Nigeria, the Igbos or maybe the Yorubas. Like I've been in Europe now. I've been in overseas like almost 30 years of my life.
Wow.
My brothers, I'm talking to you now. I'm in my house. The cold from outside is also coming inside my house. My stomach, I'm feeling cold. As I'm talking to you, I'm not feeling too well because of the cold. Even though to go out to my car, just come out from my doorstep to go inside car, like 2 minutes or 3, I have to clean the snow. Before I finish cleaning the snow, my hand will freeze. I cannot even have the hand also to go drive the car, just to go out or maybe to go to work. You say that we are suffering. We are suffering a lot, but some people are in Nigeria looting our money that belongs to all of us. The other day I was watching Tinubu. He's flying all the way from Abuja back to Lagos. I see Hope Uzodimma and all the rest of them. See the way he was bowing for Tinubu. I was looking at this man. I said, "This man, you have killed a lot of people in Imo State. You have used the Hausa Fulani military slaughtering your people. Then you run to Abuja. You're dining with, oh my God." Some people doesn't know what is going on. Every day I shed tears. How many people that died today went to go get rice? How many people that died today? Not to the one in yourself, where is it in Oyo or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one now in our Igbo land, in our compound, in our village, how many people that died? My brother, can you imagine? Look at those people. If you tell these people they will not see 25th of December, they will say you're lying.
They won't believe. Such is life.
You know? My brother, before I used to bring container to Nigeria. I used to bring a lot of containers to Nigeria. Do you know how these people finish my money? All this thing I'm talking now that the snow is killing me here, I am suffering, I'm going through a lot to make this money. There was a time I brought like almost 3 or 4 containers. Did you know what it did to me in Ababa at Tinkan? My brother, something that would take like 5 or 10 minutes when you go inside the terminal to load your container, just to come out, something that would take you like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. My brother, it takes 2 weeks. It takes 2 weeks. Something will take you 5 minutes, my brother, 10 minutes. It will take you 2 weeks for that truck to come out from that place. With the heavy amount of money they are charging you. And for you to offload, custom will come the same place. You just clear this container from work. You will see custom, federal custom. They say, oh, this and that. They have did examination or they did a lot of things. They want to carry your container, go back, go seize them. Because they see, say, you're an Igbo man. And none of Igbo man was in that custom people. If I tell you what I have gone through in that country, I cancel it that I'm not bringing any damn thing again in Nigeria. That is why they don't want us to have our own wars. That's why everything must be in Lagos. Whether you like it or not, that container must come there. And they will use you. They will take all the money you work for. Oh yeah, go also and come back. We're waiting for you. Some people doesn't know what is going on in that country. It's only God will help us.
Amen. No, it's so sad.
They are here in news that 2 elderly men die in the military detention. And nobody's talking about it. Why must those people die in the military detention?
Yeah.
These military detaining people, what kind of, I don't understand. And everybody keep quiet. The president, the vice president, the senate, everybody keep silent like nothing. It's nothing. Those people are not human beings. They are animals. May God have mercy upon us.
Amen. Thank you so much.
If we don't wake up, what is ahead of us, my brother? Very soon, even though you won't stay in your house anymore, may God help us. And may God help you, my brother. God help you. God continue to bless you. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. And have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you.
I wish you the same. Thank you so much, sir.
Bless you.
All right. Let's have another contact. Yeah. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from.
My name is Mercy. I'm a Yoruba girl. So, sir, I'm so sorry. I want to speak broken. Do you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'm from Nigeria, but I'm Libya now. Sir, all this thing that we are fighting for our freedom. We need our freedom in Nigeria. Nigeria is not one. Everybody knows the land. Okay. Everybody knows when it's coming from. Do you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I do hear.
I want to send a message from Nnamdi Kanu. Yoruba, we know our boundary. Igbo, we know your boundaries. Hausa know your boundaries, but we don't enter ourselves. We don't enter ourselves. We follow ourselves short. We are one, and we are not enemy for ourselves. Do you hear me, sir?
Okay.
Nnamdi Kanu, let Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, we need the freedom. One, and Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, we're fighting for freedom of Biafra from people. Is it right, sir?
Yeah, that is right.
Okay, sir. Nnamdi Kanu, that name that they are using, that Biafra name, is like Boko Haram name. Say Nnamdi Kanu, okay, it's Igbo man. Why you can't you use Igbo? Okay, I'm from Igbo. Okay, let's fight for Igbo. Let's Biafra. That's the depends that are weak Nnamdi Kanu, that hold Nnamdi Kanu, that he use like nickname for that country. You're not supposed to use nickname. Okay, you fighting for Biafra, you fighting for Igbo. Why are you using another name that is like Biafra? Biafra is like Boko Haram name. Biafra is like nickname. Nobody wants to follow nickname. And this is generation. What is coming from Nigeria? Can you hear me, sir? What is coming from Nigeria? And Nigeria will divide. Either they like or they not. Nigeria will divide. By the grace of God, because stubbornness is too much for Nigeria. I'm from Yorubaland. I'm from Ondo State. Can you hear me, sir? Nobody can collect choir from Yorubaland. No. They're not speaking Igbo for Yoruba now. Everybody for choir, everybody know that they speak Yoruba and Hausa because we don't enter ourselves. Go to Ondo State, you will see so many Igbo. And I did under like 10 years. I remember that war. What's they call this man? That time when we fight for Biafra. What do they call it? Ojuku. Yes. I see how Igbo enter Ondo State. Because I'm small girl that time now. That time. When Igbo, they pack Igbo enter Ondo as like slaves for that fight. Okay, see this Nnamdi Kanu, that arrest Nnamdi Kanu, they still carry some NEPA stand up. Using one name, Biafra. Let's change that name. If Nnamdi Kanu change that name, everything will be okay. They will release him, Nnamdi Kanu. I'm Igbo, fight for Igbo. Use Igbo name, fight. Nobody everybody will go for Igbo, sir. Did they hear me, sir?
I did, yeah.
Okay, not everybody will go for Igbo. Now support Biafra. And not everybody will go for Yorubaland. Now support Yoruba nation. But we are using Yoruba. If Nnamdi Kanu change that name, okay, I'm from Igbo. I'm fighting for my people. That Biafra name, may change that name. Because enough you help people. If enough you help people at all, you don't hear me, sir. It be like Boko Haram. It be like Boko Haram. No, okay, I gather myself, I gather my people. I can't give myself name. I want to help me, and I want to fight for my people. And I'm using my own name. Is it possible, sir?
Oh, it's not his own name.
No, I know. Like nickname. What is the meaning of Biafra? Is it okay? Okay, sir? For not Biafra, what is the meaning of Biafra from Igbo name? Okay, my name is Mercy. From Yoruba name, Anu. From my language, Abi. Okay, what is the meaning of Biafra, sir?
All right. First of all, Biafra.
So this is my sir.
I want to answer you. When you don't finish, when you finish, I will answer you.
Okay, no, answer me, sir. I'm asking you. Answer me, sir. I'm so sorry.
Okay, first of all, even before Nnamdi Kanu, the name Biafra existed.
You don't know. Yes.
Yes, existed. So the bite of Biafra that I knew, even from the map, also include Old Eastern region, even Bayelsa, Calabar, all those areas, even some part of Cameroon. Some part of Cameroon were part of the bite of Biafra. So the name was, I first saw it from Portuguese. So I think it was Portuguese, all those are Portuguese. You know, they were the first people that came even before the British came. So I believe that that was the time they named the bite, the area, the geographical area, the bite of Biafra, yeah.
Okay, I
think so.
Nnamdi Kanu fighting for freedom. And if they look their flag, can you hear me, sir? If they look Nnamdi Kanu flag, that's Biafra flag. I know that it stands for war. Can you hear me, sir?
It stands for war.
It stands for war, yes. If Nnamdi Kanu change that Biafra, okay, we need Igbo land. We need Igbo country. This is Igbo, our Igbo. Everybody will support, everybody from Igbo land will support Igbo. Nobody will shift your own country away.
All right. But,
can you hear me, sir?
Yes, but another thing you have to understand before we exhaust your time now is that Biafra was a nation. It was declared before they have passport, before they have currency, before it was just a nation before. So maybe I understand your opinion, and I really thank you for that. Maybe as time goes on, you know, in the future after the actualization, the people can come together to say this is what we want. It's all about the people. You understand?
Yes. If Nnamdi Kanu folks, okay, from he don't start. He use Igbo name. He will stand for our own people.
All right.
Because okay, you're from Igbo. Abi, you understand, Mr. You're from Igbo. You will stand for your rights and you will stand for your family. Okay, Biafra, nobody. Okay, see Yoruba nation. They carry Yoruba nation. Everybody stand up.
Yeah, I understand. I understand your opinion. Let me ask you one question before your time will finish. Okay. Ilori, Kwara State is not far from Oyo State.
Yes.
And you have heard what is going on already, you know, structured the Sharia court. Even the people who are going to work in the court is already on ground, and it's going to be inaugurated on 11th. Are you afraid that in no distant time that your territory will fall under Sharia?
Yes. I want to, okay, you're asking me a question now. Let me reply you, sir. One man call you now. He said that all Yoruba people, if 70% we are all Muslim, it's lie.
Okay.
Okay, I'm from Ondo State. I know that they put Sharia law outside. Sharia law, you cannot take my own ass because I'm not from Muslim. I'm from Ondo State. Ondo State is from culture. Can you understand me, sir?
I don't understand.
Okay, from Ondo. Okay, for example, from Ore, Akure, Ondo, Ekiti, Idore. They are worship ghosts. That's Ogun. Abi?
Yeah.
Okay, you cannot come from outside. Okay, I'm from Muslim. As I did, sir, I'm married from Muslim.
Okay.
My picking name is Wahab. I change it familiarly. Nobody can change it for my mind.
Okay.
Nobody can collect my land from my hand, or else I release it. All these Muslim, Christian, they bring it for us. It's not our own. It's not our own. If they bring Sharia law, nobody will follow. Not everybody will follow Sharia law. It's for our own pockets.
All right, my sister. That is what I want to hear from you. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your courage and outspokenness. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right. I really appreciate everyone who has been with me from 3 hours ago. So we are just close by closing time. If we can receive 1 or 2 calls from people who have called more than 10 times while I was on call. And some persons who called before, I think I can recognize some numbers that I see condemned. So let me just take some calls before we call it a day. Stay with me. Hello. 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 He called and he was listening to the YouTube, and his YouTube is backward. So please, if you call, you off your YouTube so that you can hear from us, okay? If you call, you off your YouTube. So, all right, that is what is going on. I believe that we'll continue to press on. We'll continue to make sure that we are not going to give up on our beliefs, give up on what we stand for. Hello, please, can you off your YouTube?
Hello?
Can you off your YouTube now? Off it there so that you can hear from. Anytime you call that I pick it, you off it there. Because
okay, I have.
Yeah, because that place will be backward.
Okay. I just listened to the lady who called you a while ago.
All right, sir.
The Yoruba girl from Ondo State.
Okay.
I want to let her know that one of my senior brothers married to a Yoruba girl in my compound.
Right.
The same father's name. He married the Comfort is her name. It is true that most of the Yoruba land there in Ondo land is Christian, and the worship of either Ogun. That is what they are doing. Notwithstanding, what she's talking about, Biafra, it's most of us have died for it. Our brothers died for it during 1967 to 1970. And that name, Biafra, is a geographical location that comprises both from River State, Cross River,
all Eastern region.
The whole region, Igbo and a part of Bakassi.
That is all Eastern region.
Yes, that all those sites are Biafra. So she does not know because she's not that enlightened, or I don't know how to talk about. I don't know how to talk down on people. So she is saying her own mind of what she wants. But we can never leave that name. That name will remain with us, even if it means that we are going to perish, or everybody, we will still become Biafra. That is the name we are, and nobody can take it from us. And that name has come to stay forever. And so the only thing that we know now is we will not allow the uncircumcised to come to our place to kill us or to do anything, bring Sharia. I want to let you know that I saw it that you said Imo will be next. Imo can never be next. The Sharia can never come to any part of Igbo land.
It's all right.
Even if it's only me that's alive, there will never be Sharia in Igbo land.
All right.
Anyhow they want it. If anyhow they want it, come, they do anyhow, we give them anyhow. Because the truth is that soon they will soon know. Mr. Kocha, just watch what will happen between now and the next 6 months. You will know that I have told you that I'm telling you the truth. They will not believe what they will see between now and 6 months' time. Because they are coming into us and we are just leaving them. What are
you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yes, we are going there. We are going to their place. Come. We'll go there. Anyhow, as they are killing our people there, we'll start killing their people. Because it is too much. We can't allow them to continue to kill us.
Okay. No, that is your opinion, but you know,
you don't know.
I understand what you are saying, but when you are talking about killing, they are killing our people, will kill their people. I think yes, we have right to protect ourselves. Everybody have right to protect themselves. That is absolutely correct.
I mean killing the people. I mean killing as their soldiers are coming, we're defending ourselves. It's not the civilians.
Is the soldiers coming to kill you?
Yes, the soldiers are killing our people. They're fighting our people. They're using, you can imagine, they're using
Ferret.
But soldiers, who invited them? Who invited them? I know what you are talking about too. I know. Not as if I don't know.
Using plane.
But
they're using plane.
Calm down now. I'm asking you questions, sir.
Actually,
I'm asking you questions, sir. Calm down.
Okay, ask.
I know what you are talking about. Who invited those people?
Who invited them?
Yes.
Let me tell you what happened. Your political people were playing to the gallery of the Fulani.
Yes. You know why I asked you this question?
No.
You first of all said they are killing our people. But when it comes to, when you are about to talk about politics, you say your political people, not our. So are those your political leaders? Are they not your people? Are they not Igbos?
No, we have disowned them.
You okay, now, sir, this is what I want you to do. Calm down now. This is, you know, when you continue to do one thing repeatedly and you're expecting this different results, you will not get different results. Now,
I agree. But so Coach Anas, listen to me. If someone like Soludo can now come to forestall the setting free of Nnamdi Kanu, it beats my imagination to find out that Soludo of all people can do that. So that means
the only thing now to prove, if you people want to prove Soludo wrong, the only thing to do is to make sure he did not go back there. Because one thing I'm trying to understand is that maybe people can do civil disobedience and say we are not going to participate in federal elections, okay? But when it comes to state election, your own, if you did not participate, they will still impose person. But if you participate, I think it will be difficult to impose. Maybe they can impose, but it will be difficult. What I'm saying is that all these governors will make everything easy for federal government or for people to come in because they are not representing the people. So what you people are supposed to do, election is coming for Anambra. Soludo is running again. So this one you are complaining about Soludo. If care is not taken, next 5 years, we will still be complaining the same thing. Because when he wins the second term, that is where he will tell you who he is. This is the first term. He's just trying to play good boy. People are complaining. So you people don't know him. When he will come and play whom he is. So the best thing to do is to remove him.
Okay, now listen. Soludo knows that he's going to fail the next election. Listen carefully. That is why he now ran into them so that they will come and do their mago-mago. We call it mago-mago in Nigeria. They will come and do their mago-mago to put him because he has been playing ball with them. But you see, Soludo, if Soludo goes normally to stand election with any of the people from our side, he will definitely fail. Because if you see the things that are happening now in Anambra, you will not believe it.
I have someone I like so much anyway. He ran with Soludo the last election. He ran under PDP and Soludo defeated him. And he's running again, but I don't know the platform he's running. But I think he's in a Labour Party. But I don't know whether he will change the platform he will run with. Maybe you might know him, Valentine Ozigbo.
No matter what you call him?
Valentine Ozigbo.
No matter what party Valentine enters, he will defeat Soludo. The reason is because Soludo now the people of Anambra want to even kind of lynch him if they can see him, get him. But he keeps running away. Soludo has done a lot of evil to the people of Igbo land. Now, the last one he has just done, the last straw that break the camel's back is the thing he has gone to talk with the federal government that they should not release Nnamdi Kanu. And anybody who plays his politics too and tries to and tell them not to remove Nnamdi Kanu is our enemy. That person remains our enemy, Igbo people's enemy forever. Soludo will not win. Go and mark it. And I want to tell you something again. Are you sure that this Nigeria will remain the next 4 years?
It's only God. It's only God that knows. It's only God that knows, my brother.
Yes, it is God that knows. But I want to tell you something. You can. My people say, then they follow the smell of mess. Know how shit could be. Yes, you can see now that the middle belt are waking up because Melafia, the former deputy governor of Central Bank, told them, and Theophilus Danjuma has told them, and the former governor of Benue has told them. All of them now are waking up. But it is the present governor of Benue State that is who calls himself a Reverend Father, a Roman Catholic Reverend Father. I don't know how he went playing politics. A Roman priest, because I attended Roman Catholic school. A priest going to play politics. It's unheard of.
It's all right, sir. I'm already at my closing time, so that I can sleep. I will still be waking up around 6 o'clock, so I only have 3 hours to sleep now.
Later you call me privately. Let me talk to you. Not on these things we are talking. I want to tell you something privately.
All
so
right.
I can.
All right.
Don't worry. I don't want to put them. Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, viewers. I really appreciate your time for staying with me up to this time. I think we can call it a day. And then tomorrow night, I don't really know the particular time we are going to start tomorrow. I really appreciate everything, your support. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe to it. And if you watch to the end, meaning you find it interesting, why not share it to others? So kindly share it to your loved ones. I really appreciate that. See you on my next video. Thank you. But before you go, you can take a listen again to what Commander Umi said.
Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 Constitution, it is a fraud already. That Constitution is a fraud. Now, what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they now give independence and march you people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with the OIC stuff, tried to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because they put it in the Constitution.
In fact, listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said personal matters that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. You know, is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey? They were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, it's an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijani. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A. That's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years. They will Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together, or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, in many, we are not a religious country, so to on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, we have now North Sudan, South Sudan. I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. Then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I've told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. But if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have enough, they remain there, and you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. You have the Jaiz Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research, and you're beginning to understand. You begin to understand what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the constitution, want to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people, and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it in through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know, they may not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, go after the sponsors. Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years time. If it's not 10 years.
The National Bureau of Statistics has released a report indicating that Nigerians paid a total of 2.23 trillion naira as ransom in 12 months between May 2023 and April 2024. It states that the money was paid by households affected by kidnapping incidents, highlighting the threat posed by criminal activities in the country. According to the Bureau's latest Crime Experience and Security Perception Survey report, an estimated 51.89 million crimes were recorded across Nigerian households. In the Southeast region reported the least crime with 6.18 million incidents. Of those affected by kidnapping, 65% were forced to pay ransom to secure the release of victims. The average ransom paid was 2.67 million naira, contributing to the total of 2.23 trillion naira paid by Nigerians to criminals during the 12 months. All right, Rufai, 2.23 trillion naira paid as a ransom, at least captured by this report. There might be someone captured.
At this point, is it safe to say we should start leading kidnapping as part of economic activities on our GDP? I think it has gone to that point. Because calculate a budget of 48.something trillion, divide 2 trillion by that. You see, it's a sizable part. And that's what kidnapping has become because of the failure of our political leadership. And it rests on leadership. Chinua Achebe wrote a book in the 80s. He said the problem of Nigeria squarely is that of a leadership problem. And that's just what we are facing. Over 2.6 million paid averagely in a country for kidnapping, in a country where people cannot be paid most of the time the minimum wage. That's the sad reality. By some of the states, they've made the announcement. What's the execution like? Even government, have they paid most of the parasites the minimum wage? Those are the questions on ground. You now look at the rural areas that used to be the bastion of peace. You have more kidnapping cases there.
Yeah, that's so sad.
When you now break it down by the regions, you see that the Northwest takes a huge toll of all of this insecurity. Over 14 million cases. Then you have, the North Central. Then you now have the Southeast. So out of the 6 geopolitical zones, 3 regions to 4 regions, most of the regions are inundated with heavy security challenges. That's a failure of leadership. That's why the president has been mute about it. If it was a good report now, Mr. Baron Anuga would be the first to react. As regards this, he's not reacted. We have not heard anything from them. Ayo, now go one step further and extrapolate the figures. You see that over 51 million cases of crime reported in a population of over 200 million. So that means 1 in every 4 Nigerians probably faced one level of crime or the other. You now go to the figures. You now see that there's even more on the rural areas, about 26.2 million, as against the urban areas, 26.5 million. You now see murders, over 1.6 million in urban areas. You now look at it in the rural areas, over 500,000. Killings here and there. And when you look at all of this, it's a failure. So what are the solutions, Ayo? Number 1, more access to data. Digitalization. We need to be able to digitalize our security infrastructure. That's why I'm happy with what Olusegun has done with this, all the touch point of information in this hub, this immigration hub. But secondly, they also talked about reportage of cases. Can the police even now make an app where people can report? Even if they make it, what's the viability of it? We should look at that. Yeah. Because most of the people, to go report the case is very difficult. Thirdly, people must also take personal measures, vigilance. Can we make available mass, building of security cameras so that people can be able to install them in their homes? Just the other day, there was a case of an inside job. A security man which has been in a house for 15 years led some people in to come and steal in the house. If not for CCTV camera, we wouldn't have gotten it.
True.
So you can also do that within your means. Also, we need to be able to invest in the police force, invest in their welfare, get more police on the ground. Less than 500,000 police officers for a population of over 200 million people has been said to be very paltry. That's why the move for state police is also imminent. Most importantly, we now need to go back to the data set of our NIN and beavers. Why is it that kidnappers, after you register your phone numbers on NIN, they cannot still track them? So a lot must be done. That process must be made to be very transparent. Most importantly, we also need government will. Government will to be able to tackle all of this. All these security projects might have been highlighted, but are those monies actually spent? You also need to be able to face the case of street lights, because crime thrives in darkness. We need to light up more areas. You can see the viability of the 3rd Mainland Bridge since it's been properly lit up. But most parts of Lagos and other parts of the country are not properly lit up. So these and many other things we should be thinking of now. Well, it's a damning report.
All right, Dr. Bansi.
The National Bureau of Statistics, to the best of my knowledge, is a government agency that collates data. And now the same National Bureau of Statistics is more or less indicting government. The primary function of government, we're told in the Constitution, is to ensure the security and welfare of the people. If about a quarter of the Nigerian population, how many are we in this environment? They put the figure variously within the range of 200 billion. And if over 51.88 million have been victims of crime, then it means that government is failing in terms of its original function. That is the major import of the report by the National Bureau of Statistics. Now, the categories of crime that they have indicated include abduction, phone theft, rape. In other words, the report is saying Nigerians are not safe and the security agencies are not functioning and government is not living up to expectation, by way of summary. Now, the other details in that report even indicates that there's more crime in rural areas than in urban areas. It also says that, look, there's more crime in the Northwest, which has over 14 million reported cases this year alone, followed by the Northeast, over 7 million, followed by the North Central, over 7 million, and maybe 6 point whatever, in the Southeast. Well, they didn't look at all the geopolitical zones. However, it says perception survey. So we have to, again, look at the method that has been done, because it's about perception. Whether it's perception or it is raw data that they are working upon in a country where there is usually no record of anything in a categorical manner, but perception, the word that they have used, perception survey, anybody living in this country with basic common sense knows that safety is a problem, security is a challenge. The third point that is made in that report is that, one, if people are stealing phones, people are asking for ransom, it means that it's something wrong with the way the society is organized. And there is a very serious case of poverty. And that is part of the problem. Another issue that report pointed out is lack of confidence in the security agencies. Even when people are abducted and they know that they should go to the security agencies, where the report says they don't go because they believe that police intervention will not yield any result. Here, therefore, we deal with a dilemma whereby there is complete lack of confidence, more or less, in the security apparatus in the country. If the people think police will not bring any meaningful action, then it means that the people are alienated from the same people, namely government, that is supposed to protect them. The report goes on further to say that on the average, response time is less than 30 minutes. Well, I queried that part of the report, but they are saying it's perception survey. We have had many cases in this country where response time exceeded 2 days, exceeded 3 days. Now, I hope that this report will function as a wake-up call for the security agencies and particularly for government to realize that a country where people are abducted and families have to pay not less than 2.7 million on the average to get their people rescued from those who have arrested them or abducted them. It means that something is wrong that government should look into.
The National Bureau of Statistics has released a report indicating that Nigerians paid a total of 2.23